Hi guys, how is everybody? Do you like the intro? How cool is it? And I have no idea why. I know why. Why has the background changed? I'm happy with the background. I love looking at summer with that cow. So cute, but I don't know how I changed it. Oh, it's an overlay. How is everyone? What a night for me, you guys. Should be a bit longer. Okay. I'm sure we can arrange that. So who have we got in here? We've got Miss Justice, Sky Z, T. Riley, Josie, Jeannie. Hi, Griff. Crime and Justice. Good morning. Continued debacles and tubulent. I know, guys. This all happened. Well, I had my sewing night last night, so I wasn't on YouTube or anything. I was actually socializing here in the studio with a friend of mine. And hi, Joanne Tucker. So I wasn't sort of on my phone or anything. I was doing the right thing and enjoying the night. I'm back. My internet just went down, sorry. And I went and restarted the modem thing and everything before I start because I'm so far away from the house. I've got that little booster box in hubby shed, so it throws the signal up further. And sometimes I've learnt to work out now, if I reboot it before I come into my shed, it's usually fine. And I did that and it still decided to come out. So at least I know now that you guys are still here if I get back in. So that's good. I don't panic as much. Yeah, so I was having a lovely evening, stitching away, catching up with a friend who I adore, and went inside the house and seen that his channel was taken down. And I just don't understand. How can someone go on YouTube every day threatening people, being utter, and this is becoming a favorite word of mine, is filth. I'm sorry, but he is just filthy. Psycho B fan club subscribers. Really? Everyone that's in here. Hi, Hollyberry. You know, I all I appreciate every single one of you. But I think the trolls are on high alert and they're going to just start coming for everybody. They've started at the top of the tree though. And I'm not going, look, I was lying in bed just watching it all play out, guys, as Trezell would say. And I was mystified, angry, but I had Scott from Scott H has thoughts on while I was trying to go to sleep. And he sort of calmly said, don't get sucked into the making awareness about them. And I totally agree with that. Like, don't give them air to breathe. Don't bring attention to them. Yeah, it will, Jeannie. Like, I have always believed in karma, and I really do think it's coming from. I'm not troll. I'm fan for you and others in here. I hope so, Psycho, because I'm not in the mood to put up with trolls. I appreciate you if you're not a troll. I just think everyone's getting mentally exhausted with all this bullshit that's going on in the background, and it's got to stop. Like, if you don't like another channel, don't go there. It's as simple as that. But I honestly agree with Scott that fueling these feuds is dangerous, and you can't give air to it, you know? And I think we've done really well in our channel to sort of stay in our lane and not worry about it and everything. But I wouldn't be me if I didn't feel for Chris McDonough and talk about Chris McDonough and how much I support Chris McDonough. So that's the avenue I'm going to go down, and not worry about the filth on the other side of the street, because a bus will come sooner or later, and he's going to find out what the big wide world is all about that he thinks he knows so well and he thinks he's so clever with. So, yeah, I'm going to use it in a positive way to help Chris any way I can. There's been a Discord channel opened up to support the McDonald's and their channel, which I joined, and I don't know what on earth seriously I could do to help, but I think the moral support and just uplifting everybody, because it was a shock. It was like he didn't deserve it, you know, and this is what happens. Bad people have power, but us being Summer's army power, we have more in the long run. I honestly believe it, guys. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I don't know if anything will ever happen. I believe something's going to happen. And I believe they're going to find a one way or another. And I believe there will be justice. You've got to. Otherwise, you're just, I'm ready with a bat by the door. I know, Griff, it gets like that, doesn't it? It's like, even though I'm a nothing, there's just that little shadow of darkness that you know is there. And virtually it can be at the front door. You know, that's the sad part about it. I meant Chris is awesome. Yeah, Susan, he is awesome. And to defame someone that's dedicated his whole adult working career to law enforcement, and like, he's the first one to say he's not perfect. He's made mistakes. And anyone who says that they've never made a moral mistake in their life is full of shit, as far as I'm concerned, because no one is perfect. We all have done or said something that afterwards we might have thought, oh shit, I shouldn't have gone there, you know, but I honestly love the guy and his wife, and I just don't do hypocrites, I'm sorry, but I'm always going to say how it is, but I'm going to take Scott's advice and just not go down the other road. Because if you get as angry as them, you end up like them, you know. Chris will be back. I was trying to, because I didn't know much about the suspension and termination, like they're two separate words. So here I am at 2:00 in the morning, lying in bed and turning the brightness down on the phone, because hubby gets a bit like, what are you doing? You should be asleep, you know, if he catches me. So I turn the brightness right down so it doesn't wake him up, and I'm trying to find out what the difference is between termination and suspension on YouTube. And from what I could see, they both sort of fall under the same category, but sometimes in very rare cases. And one thing I did realize and learnt, that it rarely happens to influential channels. So if you've got heaps and heaps and heaps of subs, they're less likely to terminate your channel altogether, where you don't get it back. But his we don't know exactly, but I'm pretty sure it's just suspended. Yeah, it was mass flagged. You're right, Skyzy. But yeah, he'll get it back. It's just like Critical K. Apparently she's back. I didn't even know she was back. I didn't even know she was gone to begin with. So it wasn't until that interview come out with, you know, that one where she was talking to Grandis's friend, the one that everyone thought was Sherry. Yeah, I didn't know until then that her channel had been taken down. But they were saying last night that she's back up and running. So, oh, thank you, Becron. Welcome. I haven't seen you before, so thank you so much. Cat's Eye, how are you? I haven't seen you for ages. Polk County, Florida, just say 5 wee ones from, oh no, gives hope summer. Oh, let's hope, Cat's Eye. It would just be so amazing if she was alive. Do I think it's unhealthy to be so involved with so many channels? No. Just me personally, I love going over to my favorite channels and supporting them, because I look at what I'm doing as being a part of the side of the community that's in it for good, you know, not for views, not for anything. I mean subs. Oh, no. Look, guys, you will notice it as well. How many chats do we go in and we see each other? You know, we go in, we say hi to each other. It's like calling into the same cafe and having a chat in different locations. That's the way I sort of look at it. Yeah, I'm well. I've got a croaky voice, even worse today. I think I've been talking way too much. Yeah, it's great to have you in here, Becron. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Like I'm spending too much time on it. I think that too, but I do other things. Now I've got earbuds, proper little earbuds. I can have them in my ear and you can't hardly even see them. the little Samsung ones. So even while I'm sitting there having coffee with hubby, I've still got someone talking in my ear and he has no clue. But yeah, there's a fine line, isn't there, Miss Justice, where you start to think yourself, wow, am I too spending too much time on here? But I haven't watched normal TV like Frida. Although, guys, if you want to have a break from YouTube, Netflix here in Australia, and I'm 100% sure you guys would have it in the US, it's a series called Clickbait. And it's the first series. We watched it, my friend and I watched it, not last night, Saturday night, but a week ago, Saturday night, while we were stitching. And we watched the whole series in one sitting. And it was awesome. Like, we didn't finish it till like 1:45 in the morning because we couldn't stop watching it. So if you've got some spare time or you just want to have a break from YouTube and just get out of the craziness for a little bit, that's one I recommend. It was really, really good. And I haven't sat down to watch a series that got me hooked in where I couldn't stop watching for a very, very long time. I think the last one was Big Little Lies. Miss Justice, I do understand the question. If you are neglecting your own health, etc., then yes. Yeah, I agree with that too, Sandy. And we know sometimes, hi, MK. You know I should be out walking and doing more physical stuff. So I'm going to address that this week and start going for a walk every day. Hang on, I'm a bit behind here. What did I miss, T. Riley? Nita's channel said she turned that over to the TBI. What did we turn over to TBI? I only caught a bit of Nita's live last night because I don't know what was going on, but when I was trying to read, the live chat just wasn't there whatsoever. You know, the live chat button. When I went into it, the live chat button, because I was watching it on replay, it wasn't there. And I was like, this happens quite a bit to me. And it just kept having a dancing little circle every 10 words she said. So I give up. I restarted my phone and everything, and it just kept doing it. So maybe YouTube was having trouble uploading quickly. I don't know. Long, awkward pause from share. We do tend to follow the same channels, but that's good. Yeah, I think it is too, Crime Justice. Like I always say, you guys around, and if I notice you, I'm like, hi. Because, yeah, but some creators just lose their shit if they think that's the side of it I don't like, you know. There's a couple of entertainment channels out there that have these daily feuds happening, and you have to be exclusive to one or the other, I've noticed. And if you're seen over in the enemy's camp in their chat, oh dear Lord, you know, that's just crazy to me. Grow the fuck up, people. How much has she grown? Yeah, T. Riley, that must be the one I was trying to play. It was 1:00 in the morning my time when I was trying to watch the replay. And guys, we have to do a heap of clapping hands for Griff, my little angel. She has created my intro. So we appreciate any feedback, you guys. That, but how clever is she? I've sat here for like 4 days in a row, and I can get music in there, and then I can get graphics, but it just, I don't know. I'm not creative enough to do things like that. And I really, really, really appreciate it, Griff. You're amazing. She sent me 3. She did 3 little ones for me. And it was so hard to decide which one. But I liked that one because it sort of looked a bit elusive and a bit mysterious and quirky. And I just loved it. And the music was really cool too. Yeah, she did a great job. Yeah, and I don't know. I was just so excited. But I haven't got anything prepared because I was up really, really late. I know, Miss Justice. How clever is she? It's just epic to have the support of Griff and Stella and you, Miss Justice, our mods. I appreciate every one of our subs. We're growing organically, and I'm so happy that everyone is sort of on the same page and we don't have big arguments in our chat and all that sort of stuff, because that's not going to be a fun time for anybody. I didn't know you had a channel, Sky Z. Me either. Have you got a channel, Sky Z? I uploaded the clip, Don, saying that on my channel it is my only video. Oh, okay. Good on you. Yeah, apparently he's doing something. Is that for real? Is Don really, you guys will probably know before me this morning because I haven't been channel surfing. Is Don going to be interviewed by a couple of members of the behavioural panel? Because yesterday when I was flicking through trying to get videos, I come across that. And I thought, really? Like, he tries to steer away from knowledgeable people. I'll put it that way. People that are like Chris McDonough, for instance. And I wouldn't even, like, he could ring me right now and I wouldn't speak to the dude. Like, it's not going to happen ever. I don't want to speak to him. I'm not a, oh, Jesus, can we? All night I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have bagged Molly out, guys, but I'm not bagging her out. I just think her subscribers love her, and I know I've only come across her like 5 months ago or something, but yeah, I don't know. I don't want to, I know she's really great mates with Tiffany, and I just don't want to upset anybody, but I probably wouldn't have done what she's done. The only thing that really, like, do what you like, go where you like. It's your channel. You can, we all do our own thing. I just worry that a couple of her community posts prior to that little trip were virtually cryptically saying that YouTube was draining her, that her health wasn't good, her son's growing up too fast, her mum needs support. And I felt really, really, I don't like people playing with me, quite frankly. And I felt like when she's lobbed out the front of Laundry's house, I felt ripped off. Like, I was feeling really, really bad for you, girl, And then she's there, and I just felt like I'd been played, basically. But I love her. I think, whatever. But yeah, that's just how I reacted. Last night, Don said summer has gotten so... What was that? I seen that too. Sorry, guys, I really am losing my voice. What was that about? And that a hair had grown, Holly. I don't even know where I seen that or heard that. No clue. But obviously, if she is alive, of course she would have grown. And of course, her hair has grown. Okay, Skyzy, I'll go over here and have a little search for you. How do I do that? Come back here, you. Skyzy. Yeah, so I'm not gonna, well, I probably already have said too much, but yeah, I just felt like I was, whoa, stop. Is there music? Is it is there a music clip to that, Skyzy? Because I'll get in trouble. I'm slowly learning this stuff. Did you guys also catch him say he's related to Sheriff Lawson, but he is his uncle, not his cousin? What was this on, guys? Was he on someone's channel? Lawson does have conflict of interest, but as I was saying yesterday, I don't know, like being related doesn't mean they're like close family, and that Ronnie Lawson's no music. It is a clip from Cher's live from the other night. Okay. Because I'm learning that I can't. Voices Behind the Walls had him on. Okay. We might have a look at that. Okay. Now, where did you go, Skyzy? I've got to share this. Yeah, my brain feels absolutely fried today. Here we go. This is Skyzy's clip. I hope.
She said that she's a girl. She go to church. But let me see the ass.
Is this it, Skyzy, what I've got up? That's not me. Oh, damn it. Okay. We'll get out of there. Where are you then? That's the only Skyzy that's on there. Have you got 239 subscribers? It's the pic you can see in chat here. Okay. Sorry. No, that's Mama Liz. That's me. Where are you? Pussycat Sky. Look how many Skyz's there are. You can see how I'm scrolling. Now I have to go back and look at your profile pic again. Nope, that's not you. This is crazy. That's not you. Is there any way you can just do people, not pages? That's not you. That's not you. Nope. I can't find you. But there's a lot of Skyz's. I don't know. Could you email it to me? Skyzy? I'll put the email in. Drop your channel link in chat if you can. If when people, so Griff, if you send me a link in the chat, when I click on it, all it does is put like this. Hi, Lyra, Alaya, C. Hi, welcome. Yeah, all it does is put that little like chat box message up on the screen, and I can't click on a link. Hi, C. Cooper. Sherry's live. Don comes in, called in, and Benny is on the panel. Voices behind the drywall. Really? I'm going to have a look. Oh, they'll be just dancing and singing and having a great old time, won't they? Thinking how powerful they are. That's the sad part about it. That's the part that makes me really, really angry, that they were so, like, I'd only just heard about it when it went down. And what's this? And Benny Skis was straight on there claiming ownership of the event. And that's the side of it that just makes me angry. Oh, it's more than low down, it's filth. My word for the week is going to be filth. There's no other word that fits them. Scott H.S. Thoughts has the facts on the related by marriage issues. Yeah, I was listening to Scott the other night, Cat's Eye, and the genealogy side of it, like they're all sort of interbred, but how close are they at this level where Ronnie Lawson and Don Wells are right now? That's the bit that I haven't worked out yet. Like, are they second cousins or third cousins, or, 3 generations ago? I don't think it will let me post link because I'm not a mod. Oh, okay. Yeah, total scumbags. Filthy scumbags. There you go, Holly. We've refined it a little bit more. Hi, Candalee. Woodward Stone. Welcome. Oh, guys, I didn't do it again. Sorry. I always forget at the beginning. My name's Sharon. For anyone new that's popping in, if you could subscribe, that would be great, because I would love people to subscribe if they enjoy being in here and being one of the family. We have a great chat every day. We have beautiful people in here who are genuinely caring and supportive of each other, which is important. Skeezy is a creeper. I listened to him this morning. He really upset me. Well, I'm going to own the fact that I reported his 2 videos that were full of hate and glee and skiting about what he accomplished by taking down Chris McDonough. Like, dude, I subscribe. Oh, thank you, Candalee Woodward. Oh, MK, thank you. Sometimes I just think, oh, do I ramble too much? We love you too, Josie. Hi, Gail Dorset. Yeah, human filth. Like, it's even degrading calling them human, in my opinion. I can't listen. No, I can't. I can last about 3 minutes flat. As soon as he does that bloody laugh, I want to headbutt my computer screen. It just triggers me because it's evil and it makes you just feel uncomfortable and horrible. And I just don't like it. And I just don't like his attitude. He's schizophrenic. Oh, thank you, Kiss Kiss, my angel. That's beautiful. No, I don't think I'm amazing at all. I just like coming on and sharing this crazy community that we have and building a positive channel and learning. Yeah, it's full on. Like even when I'm not actually on here doing live, I'm trying to look into things and research things and learn things to make the lives a little bit more interesting. But because I had such a late night with sewing and stuff last night, I haven't got anything formally prepared for today. Right after, oh, hi, I see you. Right after Ben left the police department filing papers on Chris McDonough, I called them and gave them his YouTube. He what? I see you. Did he report Chris McDonough to the police? How did I miss that? You're fucking kidding me. For what? Oh my God, my blood pressure's going through the freaking roof. I haven't had my meds either, guys. If I go silent for more than like 30 seconds, far out. Oh, hi, Nancy. I'm a patchworker. So I love to do handwork more than like sitting at the actual sewing machine, but I do sewing machine quilts. I've got a 14-foot. How do I show you guys? Guys, I'm going to take the camera off, but please disregard the untidiness in my studio, okay? Because I promise you all the time I'm going to do this. And it's better than sitting looking at it. Just be warned. This place is a nightmare right now because I haven't been... Here I am. Hello. Now, this is my studio. And this is my fabric. And this is my mess. I don't know if you guys can see. Hang on. I'm going to show you. This one. See that quilt over there on that lounge? Stay there and I'll show you something. Do you realise I just showed my butt and I've got pajamas on? This is crazy shit. This is one. This is a machine one. And I quilt them as well. That's the back. I love the backs of quilts because the actual designs stand out more. Now this one, guys, I haven't been. Don't look at my butt. Oh, Jesus. Like, seriously, it's bigger than King. Can you see this? I don't even know if you can see it. Like, it's bloody massive. If I hang it over the long arm, so this is my long arm machine. It's 14 inches long, 14 foot long. And I'm going to lay this out so you can all see it. This is all hand done. This is not machine done. Can you all see it? It's all hand. There you go. Months. By hand. I just love it. No, I'm losing. No. What you don't understand how heavy they are. I don't know what it is about the hand sewn ones, but they're really, really heavy. I think because you've got so many layers and pieces and thread and are them lights annoying? Hi, April. Upstate New York. Oh, you're in laundry country. I forgot what I was talking about. Maybe I am getting sick because I'm really breathless. I'm not joking. If I pass out, guys, I should give you all hubby's phone number. Hi, everyone. Sending love from Blaine, Washington. Oh, welcome. Sending good. Oh, my God, karma. We were just talking about karma and how, well, I really want to say it. Karma's going to come and bite a few people's asses. Oh, Twiggy, you do paper piecing as well. Which quilt? Because I would know which one, or is it just a self-designed one? I wouldn't be able to lift that. Oh my God, I didn't realise, but it is so big. I've got a king-size bed, and it's going, like I haven't bound it yet, so I haven't trimmed it, and then you put the binding on the edge, you know what I mean, like right around the edge. I haven't done that yet, but even when I do that, it is going to swim on a king-size bed. So I probably shouldn't have. This one is actually called The Farmer's Wife. It's a Sue Daly pattern. I've got, oh, wow. Can you see the bolts? This is all from when I had my shop. And when I got what I have to do with the girls, and they are my priority. So I decided to close the store and do what I guys over the weeks is just to call and see if I needed anything. They'd go and grab me a coffee and they'd sit and have a vent. And some days I felt like a psychologist rather than a store owner, but that's part of it. And that's all the stuff I was grieving for, was the adult interaction and friendships and things like that. And that's why this channel, like, you guys have no idea how much you have all helped me, because going from that to sitting at home 7 days a week, and it just feels like you're observing. Oh, that's how I felt. I just felt like I was running around observing everyone else having a life. And although I love my stitching and I love the girls and all the rest of it, you do need another outlet and to be able to interact with adults. So thank you all, because if you guys didn't come in here, I'd be like on my very first live. I sat here talking to myself, which was good because I wasn't as nervous because I knew no one was in here. But I really do, I'm blown away by how beautiful you all are. I've got heaps more, Susan. I've got Twiggy. I've actually got a Sue Daily one on the go. I'll show you the thing. Oh, look at this one. I'm doing this one for my sister. Can you see this? You got to see the center. The center is absolutely my favorite. Can you see the center? How gorgeous is that? I love anything vintage and pink. Look at this fabric. Like, guys, you have to look at this fabric. Like, it's a mess. Can you all see this? I told you it was a mess, but I have it in blue as well. And I have another sister who loves blues. Look at this. How freaking divine is it? Oh, jeez. I'm doing this one as well, Twiggy, if you're still in here. This is a Sue Daily one. Where are you? Paper lanterns. And it's over there. Like, there's so many. We might start that as a thing. I can show you my projects I've finished and works in progress. If you're interested, if you don't want to see my shit, just say so. Because I'm fine. Oh my God. Hi, Beatty. I was having a sook about fabric prices the other day. My hair, look at me. I shouldn't be running around. The day I decided to go on camera for the second or third time, and look at me. I want that one. You want which one? So that's what I was thinking. I have introduced memberships purely because like, you've got to pay for YouTube Premium and then you've got to pay for StreamYard. And I know you can get a free StreamYard account, but it doesn't let you do so many things. And I just thought it would be, and everyone seems to do it to boost their channel. And what my plan is with the memberships, which I haven't gone in and put the details and stuff up yet, but the membership thing is set up, is to send you guys like little lap quilts and things like that after a certain period of time of being a member and things, because that way I feel you cannot get any more personal than someone making you a quilt, you know. But I have all this fabric, guys. Like, I'm never going to use it on my own. And I just think it's an awesome way to be able to share that side of me as well with you guys. So that's going to be part of the membership. And I was thinking of starting just a purely patchwork channel as well, where people can come up on panel, and because I didn't know they existed, where you can actually sit and do your stuff together. Do a Cash App if we do super stickers, YouTube gets part of that. So what's a Cash App? I will have a look into that, T. Riley. They don't teach our kids in summer school anymore. I know, Beatty. I actually go to the girls' school, and I've done fabric projects with the kids, with certain teachers, and the kids love it. Would you, Patty? You know, anyone can do a members only chat or a members only file sharing thing, but I would rather share physical keepsake things that you guys, every time you look at it, you're going to know it's from me. And I just think that's like, yeah, that way, I know for all you people who don't sew, you probably don't get it, but giving something that you've made by hand is the most precious thing on earth. And if I can share that with you guys, that just makes my day, I think. But the fabric prices, I was saying to you guys the other week, it drives me insane over here, because that pretty fabric that I just showed you with the blues and greys and everything, that's like $32 a meter, which is under a yard, your measurement in America. And I like to sew, but I'm not very good at it. I don't think I'm very good at it either, MK, but it's the handwork is just so relaxing, and I can listen to YouTube channels, and I incorporate everything into one when I have time. Like, honestly, I haven't sewn properly for about 2 months. I used to do at least 3 to 4 hours every single day. But now that I found all you guys, most of my time is taken up with YouTube, but I still love to stitch. You can sew a button, Lucky 13. Yeah, so what do you think about that? Do you think that's just ridiculous, or I just thought it was a great way of sharing a bit of me, not just a bit of virtual, you know, because anyone can do that. That's what's up with the young ones nowadays. Yeah, I know, Beatty. My 12-year-old, she's not right into any of the sewing side of stuff, but the younger one, the 9-year-old, she loves it. She'll sit there and thread needles and do little stitcheries and things. But it was just a real, the timing of everything that happened. We just spent like, it was like 37,000 on this 14-foot long arm machine where I quilt the 3 layers together for the shop. And then the girls, it wouldn't have been 6 months into it, they were taken off mum and put into our care, and we still had to keep paying the machine off, you know, for 5 years with a closed shop. But I still promote it and things like that. I just, but we own it outright now, so that's, but yeah, it's a crystal ball would have been nice, because I don't think I would have went into debt to pay for the quilting machine if I knew what was going to happen around the corner. I used to cut out and make Barbie clothes from my mum's fabric scraps when I was little. Oh, and that's what it's all about. It's the memories. And like, I've got a few family members I've made quilts for, and there's just no appreciation. They don't understand how much love goes into each thing. And but my sister, she drools, like she just wants every single thing I make. Oh, 10-9. Yes, it's become, we never used to really do it at all, but the last, I'd say the last 5 years, Halloween has taken off so big in Australia now as well. When I took the girls, when I dropped the 12-year-old at her dad's the other day and we went shopping, we actually bought Halloween outfits that day. So that was, she's so excited. The older one's like, I'm not dressing up this year. She doesn't want to. Oh, 423 Chase, welcome. I'm glad you're late because you would have seen my butt in my pajama pants showing fabric. That probably wouldn't have been fun for you. Sharon, what do you need to do, Patty? I'm a little bit behind because I'm Lucky 13's in Germany and Halloween has taken off here too. Yeah, it must have something to do with social media, and the world's so much closer now, isn't it? And so we'd had the girls for 2 years and Halloween wasn't anything much here at all. And the third year, I reluctantly, because it's sort of the way I looked at Halloween was I didn't understand why on earth you go through, 14 years of 18 years, whatever, telling your kids stranger danger and you don't talk to strangers and you stay in your own backyard, you don't play out the front. And then all of a sudden it's okay to just go and randomly go and knock on people's doors and ask for candy. We call them lollies over here. And I just thought that was ridiculous and it went against everything I ever thought of. And why would I do that? Anyway, when you've got grandkids and all the other kids at school are doing it, you just think, okay. So the very first year, so our town has like a little Halloween Facebook group now. That's how much it's grown. And everyone puts in their address whether they're giving out treats and things. So we go through and write down all the addresses and we drive around in the car and go to them all. And then you dedicate what time you're going to be doing the handouts. And the very first year we done it, we had the best time. And I totally understand now why you guys make such a big thing of it, because it's teaching the kids to give as well as receive. And believe it or not, the girls and my other little grandson, they love giving out more than they like getting the candy. They get so excited when someone pulls up out the front to give them stuff. And I thought that was precious as well, Oh, Becron, thank you. Do you have any advice on how I can get out of this funk? I'm not okay, and I admit it. Oh, April, we're all here for you. Look, I totally get being in a funk. And that's why you have to have people that lift you up. And like, you guys have no idea in the world how much you have all helped me. But April, feel free to reach out. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. They're Down Under Crime Talks. And I'm here for anyone that ever just needs a chat or a virtual hug, anything. And I'm sure all of the people in the chat as well would be happy. And do you know what else helps, April? I don't know if it's your health, and I'm not trying to be personal in any way, shape, or form, but sometimes just walking out the front door and going for a little walk around the block. It sounds really stupid, but I don't know what it is. It's just getting out and the walking releases certain hormones, and you really do feel refreshed when you come back. I love chocolate. I've put on so much weight lately, guys. I've got to start being healthy again. Yeah, guys, I'm sure April would appreciate some lifting up and see, hear this voice. It's ridiculous. Lucky 13 says, what helps her is prayer, friends, and self-love. Yes, fresh air and sun. We're just coming out of winter, and I usually get really, really down in winter because it's just a gloomy time of year. But I haven't done it this year because I've been on here with you guys and I haven't been down this year. Oh my God, Hollyberry. Many of you guys helped me. I hope we did. Like, social media is powerful and it's amazing. I can't even articulate what I'm trying to say. Like, what you can get out of it is what you put into it, is the way I look at it. If you're here for good and you want to support others, yeah, I'm so sorry, Holly. You know, and lift each other up. And like I was saying the other day, if you're having a shit day and whatever, come up on panel and let's talk about it. Let's be here for each other. I think you're better off using it for positive, loving things as well as sharing the true crime things. What help? Crime and Justice says, what helps me is just being on YouTube, talking to people and making videos to keep my mind busy. It is insane, isn't it, Crime and Justice, how much it does help? Because you're not concentrating on what is causing the anxiety to begin with. You're totally distracted from it. So you're not spending your whole time like beating yourself up. If you're anything like me, I still do it. I'll go to bed and I'll start analysing minute by minute, whether I had a different way I could have done things during the day, whether it be with kids, whether it could be with time management, and I'll pick myself apart. And we have to start loving ourselves as well. God, I sound like a bloody, I don't know. I sound really weird. But I honestly believe it, like I really do. And like sewing is my therapy. I've always said it's therapy to me. But mixing it now with YouTube is like a big light bulb moment because I don't feel so lonely anymore. And I don't feel like I'm just sitting there watching everyone. Like, I would dwell on that day after day. Oh, at least they can go to work. At least they can do this and that and travel with their, like, I don't try to make this all about me, but when we did get the girls, it was like a lot of people didn't want to hang out with you anymore because you're back to mummy stage with little ones. So it didn't fit the narrative anymore of going away for the weekend in caravans and all that sort of stuff. So you do become more antisocial because you're back at square one again with little kids and they're well past that. April says, I took care of them both for 7 years and now I don't know what to do with myself. Mum died in March and Dad in June 30th. And I reached out to my doctor. He did put me on meds, but I'm still not okay. I think firstly, you need to go back and have another chat with your doctor, April. But grief is the worst, as a lot of us know, to move on and let go, and to lose both of them so close together, April. Oh, you're a granny from Tennessee, Joanne. Yeah, I'm so sorry you've gone through so much this year. T. Riley, I spend all my time in my room also. Well, guys, I think we need to make a little pact. And I think we all need to go for a walk every single day. And you can inbox me a photo of yourselves going for a little walk. It's only if your health permits it. Because I'm telling you, it really does make you feel better. Yeah, we do understand your grief, April. But please reach out to us. I'm sure anyone that's in the chat right now would 100% be there for you. Yeah, that's a good point too, Crime and Justice. How long have you been on meds? Sometimes they have to be adjusted. Yeah, that's so true, Crime and Justice. Sometimes they'll start you on a real low dose and you have to go back sometimes to have it increased. I'm pretty isolated at times as well. I don't relate to many people in my town. Oh, Sky Z. Yeah, I just think this platform is so special. Oh, you take your cat for short walks around the neighbourhood, weather permitting. It's funny to see people stop and stare. Yeah, that's not a thing you see every day, someone taking their cat for a walk. We had a lady around the corner. I haven't seen her for like 12 months, but she used to walk around the blocks with a parrot on her shoulder. And yeah, that was a bit special too. It wouldn't fly away, it'd stay there. Yeah, I think so too. Lucky 13. Maybe she needs to increase them on doctor's advice. Fibromyalgia and a bad knee surgery. I'm bone on bone now, plus I have, oh wow. Holy crap. And can they not do anything for the kidney stone, T. Riley? It's just crazy, the things that can happen to us. Oh, he loves a little vest. Can you take a picture for us? That would be awesome to see. I have to show you when I'm in the house next time, our lizard too. She's getting ready to lay eggs, but they're not fertile. But it's hilarious. It's like Christmas. You walk out there and there'll be like 30 little lizard eggs sitting in the tank. Oh, thank you, Leah. Wonderful to simply feel involved and surrounded by kindness. That's what we do over here, Leah. We talk about and share all the, all the information with Summer and the circus, and we just want to keep Summer's name out there. 1,000,000%. Yeah, that'd be awesome, Crime and Justice. But there are times where we just chit chat as well, and I think that's important. So I just want to clarify for those who have seen it. So Voices Behind the Wall did a video recently with Don and Skeezy. That's what I've missed out on. And that's where Donald said that Summer's grown and her hair's longer. Is that right? I didn't know this till I was watching a crime documentary a couple of years ago, but do you know even after you pass away, your hair continues to grow? I didn't know that. Okay, thank you, Justice for Summer. I'll have to go and is the whole thing with Donald and Skeezy, or is it just a snippet? Oh, that's what my mum had, T. Riley. She had COPD and she was on oxygen, and it was a very slow, torturous, because she wouldn't stop smoking either. And she was, I just think she'd given up in the end. She didn't want to fight. Leah says, it took me a bit to get out of my shell, but so happy I did. Oh, that's awesome, Leah. Good for you. And fingernails too, Hollyberry. I didn't know about the fingernails, but yeah, whatever show I was watching, they said the hair, and I just don't understand how that happens. Oh, we do have the best chat ever, 10-9. Yeah, I've got to stop the smoking, guys. I really do. I've got Champix in there, and I've done them before and give up for. Do you know the really crazy thing about it? Hubby and I give up at exactly the same time, and I don't know what it was in the air, but we both went and snuck cigarettes and fell off the wagon on the same day, and we were nowhere near each other. That has always freaked me out. Hair only grows if embalmed. Decomposed bodies lose hair, skin, nails, and tissue. Oh. Yeah, it's something we don't really need to go. I don't want to be thinking about it all day. Let me have a look. I'm just going to have a quick look and see how long this video Voices Behind the Wall goes for. I'm really curious now. So
I have been missing for 17 years.
That one only goes for 20 seconds, so it wouldn't be that one. She aggravates me just looking at her. Real true crime talk. Warning, this video contains content that some really. So that was 1 day ago. Real crime true talk. Is that the one? I quit for 1.5 years, but when my kidneys were catching up, I started, yeah. It's so easy. But as I said, yesterday, them ads, they started playing Don't Give Up, Giving Up. I had my own interpretation of what that meant. And I decided that it means I should start smoking again so I can give up again because, you know, I'm just see things the way I want to see them. Oh, good girl, April. to try to ease my mind. Please, if anyone would like to talk, please feel free to send me a message. Oh, that I'm sure we will. I'll put my email in again. And if anyone comes across stuff they think that our group would like to see in any of our cases or information you want to share, feel free to send me an email or through Facebook Messenger or Instagram, because I really appreciate it as well. Like, more heads together makes light work. I use the Champix tablets too, Gabby says. My first time they made me sick, so try 12. Yeah, they did. They make you really nauseous. But after like the first 7 days, it eases off. The only thing is, oh, okay, Miss Justice, thank you. I'll have a look. The only thing with giving up smoking, I always then go and put on a ton of weight every single time. It's like a vicious rotating circle. Oh, Justice for Summer. I'll go and check, guys. Oh dear. Where is it? Okay, I'm opening something. Oh my goodness, there's flies everywhere. Open up. Oh my God. That is beautiful. Oh dear Lord, I love that. Is the name Sky Z in the email, Sky Z? Oh, here we go. Griff's in it.
Worldwide, whatever, that's great.
Okay, I'll share that. Thank you, Griff and Sky Z. I've got it up now. Here we go. I'm just going to make sure I don't boot myself. So it goes for 2 minutes, 13 seconds.
You know, but better than nothing. You know, Summer's hair is the length of my wife's hair now. You know, about 4 or 5 inches now. She don't look the same. She's a bit bigger. And, I don't know. It's a good factor. Just hold the skirt and.
Are you saying also you
Well, she's a growing child.
yeah, so you're saying that you have updated pictures and stuff?
In 3.5 months, she's probably grown quite a bit by now, and her hair is definitely grown a lot longer by now. You know?
Yeah. What do you think about, because I don't know if I've asked you, but what do you think about them for the Amber Alert using pictures that with her with longer hair, not even looking how she looked at the time she went missing?
I don't know. I mean, they're probably just, you know, we look at all the pictures out there hoping for the best and everything. And you know how that turned into a damn nightmare. All these people still out there, I think half of them's on damn meth because you just don't act like that. You can say some of the crazy crap people say unless you're damn on meth or something. That's unbelievable what some of these people say. They're out there.
He doesn't know. He's just saying like he wished there'd be updates on her because she would look different now. How many days
Yeah,
has it
she
been,
would
Ron?
look.
Over 100.
What's that?
How many days has it been?
It's like been over 110 days now, I think, something like that.
Okay. So yeah, she would look different.
And then, you know, I heard you talk about upshirts and everything like that. I'm not sure. I heard you put, you know, some money onto the reward fund.
He did.
Well, damn, Church Hill's got set up after 6 months. The reward goes to them after 6 months.
Wow. She tried to wipe his butt so quick then, didn't she? You know, the more, this week is probably the week where I've started doubting my own instinct. Because he didn't talk in the past tense then, guys. He's talking about her like he's seen her yesterday and describing how long her hair is and that she's grown taller. Maybe Scott and John Q are right. Maybe they have set up a placement for her. Yes, 10-9. Skeezy is Benny Keys. Yeah, and that awkward silence. She realized what he said and then tried to clarify the way she thinks it should have been said, like she does every single time with the moron. So, yes, he was super high. No, that's bizarre because he didn't talk about her. He has never spoken about her in the present tense ever, has he? And now, oh, Jesus. Guys, I'm really going to start. I don't know. I'm starting to think John Q and Scott might be onto something. I really am. She should be just banned as well, that woman. Putting that Don just said together with what John Q said on him. I know, that's what I'm saying. I feel they hit her on that crazy road and pulled a fast one. Yeah. I've never ever thought that much. Like, what else would make sense other than that right now? Hi, Luca. With me, 2 little ones, I couldn't start drinking. No, I never drank when my kids were little unless they were with, like if we were on a night out or a wedding or something like that. And then I was never a big drinker. Oh, no way, Gabby. If you notice, I can't look over at myself. It annoys me. But thank you. I just don't feel like that. Oh, Lucky 13, you have a good rest. Thank you for being here. Me too. I seen that evil in his eyes. He's so creepy. His voice, everything about the man is creepy. Oh, Scott, stop. No. yeah, have a good rest. Don't lie in bed on your phone till 3 o'clock in the morning and then wake up like you haven't been to bed. But the night before, guys, remember I come on Australian time at 12:30 because I was off my rocker. I think it was like 10 to 3 when I got offline. Then I went to bed and was looking through my phone at stuff again on that We Can Bring You bullshit hope site. Couldn't switch off from it. And I think I had 3 hours sleep that night. And I thought I'd sleep all day, but nope. I was up like 7:30 again. It's like even when you're asleep, your brain's still active thinking about everything. Skyzy, you think he's evil and creepy? I absolutely do think. But guys, I know after Chris McDonough's interview with Candace, everyone, and I did for a couple of hours, had the whole sympathy thing happening for Candace. But yeah, it only lasted a couple of hours for me because they're so good, these people, at manipulating your emotions. Like that's their sport. So I knew that wasn't who she really was. And I knew that there was this aggro side of her and feral side of her. And that's the only word I can use is feral, because she is like a feral. What other word can you use for what was on camera that night when Don went to the toilet and Candace, everyone was so concerned because we all thought she'd passed away sitting in that bloody chair. That's who they really are. Not all this bullshit, God-loving Christian. No, that's not who they are. In Australia, we call them junkies. Functioning junkies. And I'm sorry for the people that are having substance abuse issues but legitimately want to change their life. Like some people get into it because they've had an injury, and it could be that they've been put on oxycodone and things like that for pain management, and it can lead into you need something stronger and you just fall into that world. It doesn't mean that that's what you've been doing like these people since their teenage years. There's a big, big difference. I don't classify everybody on their level who has addiction issues. That's not, like someone might be addicted to something, but it's that. Do you guys understand what I'm trying to say? They're not, I can't even describe what I'm trying to say. It just won't come out properly. Yeah, we did play it. Do you want to play it again? Because it only goes for 2 minutes if anyone missed it. Did anyone else see Upchurch's video when he first heard the case? Yes, Nancy, I streamed the whole thing. It's back on one of my videos. But yeah, if anyone hasn't seen Ryan Upchurch, I am like his super fan now. I'd never heard of him before that. And what a little legend that guy is. We just heard from Don's mouth about Summer's hair being longer, and her hair would be the same length as Candace's. He was fantastic. And he was onto that shit straight away from 3 minutes into that interview, wasn't he? Yeah, I've been listening to his songs as well, Skyzy. Yeah, well, the money owing thing. There is some way they obtained money to buy that Subaru. He owned a bunch of money. Summer said a black and white blue car to pick her up. Watch whispers to heaven will blow up. You are mine. It will blow your mind, Skyzy. So who am I watching? Because you guys know I'm open to empaths and stuff. Whispers to heaven. I'm going to watch that when I get off. Yeah, it didn't take him long to sort it out. Play it again. Okay, Miss Justice. It's not like it goes for 2 hours or anything. If you just want to watch the whole thing, I'm happy to play it. She can only
whatever, that's great.
hang on.
You know, but worldwide, whatever, that's great. You know, but
Better than nothing.
you know, Summer's hair is the length of my wife's hair now. You know, about 4 or 5 inches now. She don't look the same. She's a bit bigger. And I don't
That's
know.
a good factor.
It's just so discouraging.
Are you saying, oh, so you,
Well,
so,
she's a growing child.
yeah, so you're saying like maybe
Yeah,
we should have
yeah.
updated pictures and stuff?
In 3.5 months, she's probably grown quite a bit by now, and her hair's definitely grown a lot longer by now. You know,
Yeah. What do you think about, because I don't know if I've asked you, but what do you think about them for the Amber Alert using pictures that, with her with longer hair, not even looking how she looked at the time she went missing?
I don't know. I mean, they're probably just, you know, we put all them pictures out there hoping for the best and everything. You know how that turned into a damn nightmare. All these people still out there, I think half of them's on damn meth because you just don't act like that. You can say some of the crazy crap people say unless you're damn on meth or something. That's unbelievable what some of these people say. They're out there.
He doesn't know. He's just saying like he wished there'd be updates on her because she would look different now. How many days
Yeah,
has it
she
been
would
gone?
look.
Over 100.
What's that?
How many days has it been?
It's like been over 110 days now, I think, something like that.
Okay. So yeah, she would look different.
And then, you know, I heard you talking about upsearch and everything like that. I'm not sure. I heard you put, you know, some money onto the reward fund.
He did.
Well, damn, Churchill's got it set up after 6 months. The reward goes to them after 6 months.
We debunked that yesterday, guys. He Ryan Upchurch clarified yesterday with Hillbilly Heart that he hasn't donated to Summer's reward fund. I just want to know if that can be changed in any way so the reward is ongoing and it doesn't have to, like, it's bizarre to me that it has to stop after a certain time period. And that's why people aren't keen to keep donating if it's not to be there to help Summer. Like, I know it's going to help other little ones' cases, but we need that fund to be ongoing somehow. Yeah, so now he thinks she's alive. How freaking back to front is this guy? But he wasn't just saying, it's like he's seen her. Oh, is she? Do you think we should play it? Like, I asked Tiffany the other day if I could play her video, and she's like, anything you need, absolutely. But this isn't about the fake flyers and stuff. I just don't want to piss anyone off. T. Riley, yes, yes, yes. You think we should play it? It's possible they just need to cut unnecessary bonuses. We'll have a look, guys. Tiffany. I honestly don't think she would mind. Where's her channel gone? Here it is. If things start right at the top when I search for them, I'm like, they're gone, they're gone. Someone took me stuff. Bring it back. I'm like, I get all paranoid, like someone's just, yeah, I know, I'm a nutter.
Hear back from YouTube if you guys can keep, you know, complaining about what happened. It was a coordinated attack, and you know we saw it. Obviously, somebody said it was coming. Okay, and Tiffany, if you have my
Facebook group, can you
now
there's I need to also give you a warning. There's a Facebook group who's claiming they represent me. Okay.
Okay,
They
so
do
there's
not-
an imposter Facebook group of you guys. Okay.
Already. Okay, and it's been for a while, but to be honest with you, I've just ignored it. Okay, because I have my other page where I've been, you know, something told to YouTube, it gets posted to Facebook automatically. That is my page. And so if you could put that up, and if folks, if my kind of,
Oh, you're glitching out. You just glitching out a little bit, Chris. Tiny little bit. You just faded. Let me hear.
you could put up in, whoops.
Seems all right now. Yeah, you seem good now.
Okay, so if folks spread that across.
All right, we're losing you a little bit. Hold on a sec. Let's get your stream stable. I'm gonna make sure you guys have the right. I'm gonna make sure you have the right group for him, right Facebook page for him. Here. He's usually very remote, so he has connection issues while he's out there. So give him just a sec.
We'll,
Can you hear me, Chris? He'll come back. He'll get it working right, and he'll come back. Can you still use your interview room to express her? Yes. You guys can support him over on Facebook. Perfect.
you know, the channel, you know, Benzie, it's, you know, some other folks share, J for Justice, all those people just, they
Jay for
collectively
Justice
got
is involved
together.
in that? Because somebody left me a comment saying that Jay for Justice was involved in this. And I said, I haven't seen any proof of that. And I don't like to usually say things like that unless I have proof. And they led me to a video that I haven't watched yet. And I'm surprised to hear that. Let's see. Did he lose his? That's pretty sad.
Yeah, I was too, to be honest with you. You know, like I said, I'm not going to hold anything against anybody. You know, hang on. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
I can hear you.
Anyway, okay. Those are the kind of things that happen, right? I've got all the screenshots when they were in there bloating this morning, and I took pictures of what everybody said.
Okay.
So, you know, that said, it's irrelevant to me. It really is. You know, I've been calls everything in the book for 40 years, and it's still rocking and rolling, right? And we'll just let it keep moving. But that said, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'll always let you know if I can't. Oh, well, now I can't. We'll get it right, guys. Everybody hang in. I'm not sure, Quinny. Hold on. Let me do this. I just kicked him. I kicked him all the way. So Dylan, if you're listening, have him come back. It seems like when he adds back to the stream, it works better. So I just kicked Chris, and then he'll come back with a better connection, hopefully. That way he doesn't struggle with it. Yeah, hold on. Give me a minute to slow chat. Here he is. Hold on a second. Let me add him back. I kicked you, Chris, so that you'd come back with a better connection.
Yeah, not a problem. Not a problem. I appreciate you. So anyway, so there were a lot of people, you know, that did it. So it is what it is, you know, right for now. And we'll just let it take its course. What I am doing is, you know, we're going to discuss this with YouTube. I've already talked to, as you know, our friend knows, she went to Plano PD, and I was already ahead of them. You know, but now it's getting crazy where, you know, he's claiming I'm, you know, doing, you know, terrorist threats. I called CPS and all this other stuff, right? I mean, now he's lying through his teeth, and he actually committed a felony today by trying to, you know, report me when he knows what the rules are, right? They're also going after the cold case. That's a big mistake. And because I have a lot of moving parts before this thing ever went down. Whether or not YouTube reinstates me, that's not the issue here for me, because I'll create another program and I'll have, you know, Jeannie, Mary, and all the other victims and survivors over there and help them. But, you know, that said, including Summer and her case, Don Wells is still going to go to jail at some point. You know, because, you know, unfortunately, I wasn't the one that told the world what he did. Okay.
Right.
So,
he told everybody what he did himself. Yeah.
And, you know, that said, right. You know, we can't be stopped by this. This is still, you know, 2021, the last time I checked, and, you know, they can try to silence me for a little bit, but unfortunately, they don't work. They can call me narcissist. All the other stuff, right? I'm used to it. And, you know, my wife knows who I am. My kids know who I am. My professional folks that I deal with know who I am. And, you know, there you go. So if everybody kind of jumps over to that Facebook page that I'm setting up, and yeah, I mean, if you feel that, you know, you want to sense, you can unsubscribe like they've been doing, you know, to me, and report them for what they're doing to me.
Right.
I think YouTube will open their eyes and say, hey, wait a minute, maybe this guy was set up. You know, that's how it rolls. And you know, you got to give them credit. They pulled it off, you know, for the night. But I'm here now talking about it. And
you always have a place on my platform. I know that you have a place on others' platforms, not just mine. That. You know that Unmasked supports you. web slew supports you. You have so many good people. AB is already set up a place in his Discord. I set up a place in my Discord. He's dropping ways to educate people on how to handle things like this and how to report things when you see it. And it's, something that is against terms of service. And I know he plans on doing something tonight on how to educate people. So hopefully it'll be helpful and maybe informative enough to open people's eyes. You have a lot of support, Chris.
Well, I love you guys, and you know that, and I can't thank you enough. But I'm Karen, Dylan, and I are grateful. D-Man, he spent a lot of time working on that, and so he's like,
I know he did.
He's like, Dad, let's just do it again. And I said, sure. Let's keep moving. Let's not look behind us. But what's really interesting, and this is something I think we all need to think about, right? For what? I mean, if this guys and these folks can just do this with real victims that are being helped, because remember, this isn't about me. This is about Maya. This is about Summer. Okay. This is about Kelly Brennan. It was about Suzanne Morphew. Okay. And, now I was just looking into Gabby and, again, I don't want to talk about, some things that people are going to keep saying. So I'll just, let that go. This is about, unstable ideas and people and their people. Okay. And the last time I checked, they all had criminal records. So this is about people with criminal records taking down a law enforcement guy, retired or not. This is what it's
like
about.
The Twilight Zone. It really is like the Twilight Zone. I can't believe it.
Yeah. And, we've got, I'll give you an example, one other channel, some Larry guy, he put, all kinds of stuff up about me. And I sent him an email and said, hey, I'd love to talk to you. I'd come on your show anytime.
Mm-hmm.
And he responds to me, well, I want my lawyer. And I'm like, why do you need a lawyer? I just want to talk to you. Okay. Well, it's like, okay, so, there you go. This is what this is about. It's not about, anything other than, people attacking other people. And I don't, I get blamed for it. It sounds like I got blamed for it. So, it is what it is. And people say what they say. But I'm actually moving at this point. We're working on it. We're taking our time right now. But I want to encourage everybody to do two things for me. The people that are supporting good channel and good content, like Tiffany, like AB, like Doug, whether or not we agree with, his philosophies or how he talks or whatever, meaning cussing, because I'm not a big cussing guy, right?
Yeah.
And right. But at the same time, he's got a huge heart. Okay?
He does. I found No Thanks Investigates when he was doing drone footage for the Cal City Boys or in a North and West, Classic and Sincere. And I used to watch Doug's channel every single night. He would fly his drone over the Kern River and he covered so much land with his drone. And he was out there in his van. He was like pretty much out there on his own doing his thing. And he's done some really, he's very compassionate and he's very caring. He has a huge heart. So I'll always remember him for when I first found him. And that's who Doug is to me. And we appreciate him.
Yeah. And if you wouldn't mind, I mean, the people that have been extremely supportive, like the lab, you,
the lab,
AB, everybody listening to me tonight in the interim, while I'm trying to get this all, coordinated and set up again. Let's make 3 channels as big as the interview room. Okay. Let's go on a mission and smash these subscribe buttons for good. These people stand for good. And go subscribe to every one of their channel, all 80, almost 90,000 subscribers that I have. let's make 5 90,000 subscriber channels. Let's make 10. Let's make 100. Okay. Good people need to be brought to the forefront. And these people who have been doing this for years in coordinated efforts before I even showed up, okay, it's going to stop. Okay? And, you know, they underestimate me again, which is fine. Okay. But they cannot stop everybody. Okay. And that's what I'm saying. So, you know, everybody that's, you know, talking about this other guy, and they keep coming here, and that's a troll. That's their MO now. I've watched enough people, trolls. I've watched how they do it. Okay. They come in and they say, what is this about? Okay. Boom. Right. And they act stupid and they get the response. That's what they're living for, right? Okay. Chasing
Well, I
justice.
just said to you on the phone a little while ago, this is what people spent their Friday and Saturday doing. Like, this is their weekend. This is all they have to do on the weekend. And I don't understand. I'm like, oh my God, it's crazy.
Yeah, it
But
is.
that's who you're dealing with. It's just who you're dealing with, you know.
Right. And so, you know, they'll go away at some point. They're just going to go away because, you know, where I'm headed, they're not going to have access. Okay.
Good.
There are, and then at that point, we'll be able to take care of business and really help families instead of fake advocates, liars, a lot of them. Okay. And, you know, this is not what I'm talking about in terms of, you know, not coming out here and saying, look, let's talk about summer. You know, let's go find summer. You know, they took those videos down now about the house and all the other stuff that was probably evidence.
I am not gonna lie, this may sound pretty pathetic, but I am emotional at this point with Summer's case, to the point where everything means so much to me that I was praying to God that you had them backed up. And I broke out and like burst into tears for a few seconds this morning about Summer's videos because I didn't know whether you had backed them up or not. And it was the first thing I thought of.
Yeah, TBI has them.
Yeah, they have them.
So,
right.
yeah,
And I forgot about that too. I know you're going to have them, you know, on a SD card or wherever in your computer. So you're going to have them. But just the fact that they're not there anymore.
Right.
That's not okay. Yeah. This little girl, you know, new people are finding her. And they're trying to watch videos like that right now. So that's a huge piece of Summer that is no longer on the internet. And these people claim to care about Summer. You don't care about Summer. Don't ever say that you do. Period.
So here's what I want everybody to a couple of things to consider. Okay. Notify the I don't have it in front of me because I just thought of it.
What is it?
So there's a cyber crimes unit at the FBI. And hang on for a minute. Let me pull it up here.
Okay. Take your time.
Give me 30 seconds.
You're good. You're good. Yeah, Karen's getting a lot of support too. I hope she's watching. I hope everybody loves Karen.
So you, myself, others, right? Have been, you know, for many, you know, it's been 8-9 months for me now. That said, hang on for a minute. Let me
go ahead.
Let me look at something real fast. I got to pull the address up. I got to look for Billy. There it is.
Go ahead. I'm going to highlight some comments because there's a lot of good ones coming through.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Don't leave, Chris.
No matter where you go, everybody's gonna find you. So it doesn't matter, Chris. If you're on, someone left me a comment and they said, if he really cares about us, he'll come back to YouTube or something like that. And I said, if you really care about him, you'll go where he goes. You know,
Okay.
if YouTube,
I'm sending you a text message.
what is it? Okay,
You'll
hold
see
on.
it in 30 seconds.
I got it.
That. Okay, keep putting that. Put that on a bot or at some point.
Is
Just
that the IC3 homepage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Everybody go there.
Here you go. I'll drop it in the chat for you.
And file a complaint of what you're seeing. And that will coordinate to the complaint I already have.
And this is if they see a crime on the internet. Here you go.
Yeah, it's stalking. I mean, the guy went into, Plano PD today and accused me of terrorism. He accused me of calling the cops on the CPS on him. I didn't do any of that.
I believe that has been going on far longer than you've ever been even around. So you're not taking the blame for that. So people that are listening to that over there, please don't drink the Kool-Aid, because that stuff was going on far longer ever than when Chris came into the community. So absolutely not. They're not gonna pull that kind of stuff. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
And I'm asking myself, and I ask everybody out there, do you think Dylan, Karen, and I have time for that?
No.
Right? I mean,
no.
It's like, why would I even care about that? I've ignored the guy forever. Okay?
Right.
I've been keeping tabs on him. Okay. But now he's just gone off the rails. And so have a couple other people, and they know who they are. Okay. I'm not going to mention them. Okay.
Okay.
And these people know who they are. Okay. So you see, he's been doing this for a long time. Okay. And you saw the video that he put up where he took credit for it. Okay. Well, now let's hold him accountable. Okay. Because when the FBI calls me again, and we do the math on this, okay, well, let's see how long he lasts. Because I guarantee you there are other people that are already in the bucket. They just haven't put bracelets on them yet. And when it all happens, I'll be either back on YouTube, hopefully.
I think that there's a high chance of you getting reinstated on YouTube. I think that once they know what's going on and they do their own investigating, I hope so. I mean, I know other people have been unsuccessful, but no one will ever forget that these certain people did this to you. And that says so much more about them than it does or ever could say about you.
You see, right there is a perfect example of a troll. Who is Plano? I don't understand. Remember I just said that a minute ago? Look at Rebecca Pierce.
Yeah. I don't call them out. Usually they're gone.
I know, I don't. But that's the language right there. That's what they do.
Because they want people, they want people to bring attention to it. Right.
Okay, so I won't call her out again. Forgive me.
You're fine. I call people out sometimes. It happens. What are you gonna do?
I'll keep my mouth shut. Okay.
Everyone wants you on YouTube.
Okay. So I mean, that's where we're at. We're going to have to go to Facebook right now, Facebook Live. Okay.
Yeah, Facebook.
And this other person up in Canada, everybody knows who that person is. Okay. They're gonna get lit up too by RCMP. Okay. Because there's warrants and other things that will be played here. So these are folks. They just got me first, and that's fine. Okay, but I'm not going away.
Chris, how long? If you could estimate, how long has this been going on for you? How long have you been dealing with this?
8 months.
You could, 8 months.
Right, and then Don came out. Remember, he said he was going to slander me.
Right.
Okay, that's all part of the play. Okay, that's all part of the play. So we're going to unfortunately, it takes time, like everybody else knows, okay, to get things done. Okay. And nobody's texted me. Nobody's called me. They've all lied. Okay. That's never happened. Okay. It has never happened. Okay. Other than the phone call I got, which is recorded and played for everybody. Okay. Everybody's heard it. Everybody's seen it. Okay. Somebody's saying right now that, he texted me. Okay. So I'm going to show you. Okay. Here's my phone. Now, if you can see it. Okay. I've got Tiffany, and here's more coming in. Okay.
Just
There's
make
not
sure
a
you don't
single.
dox anybody when you put them up there.
I'm not. No, just names. Just names.
No,
Right.
I'm trying to
I've
make
got
sure you. Yeah, go ahead.
everybody. Okay. I'm going to cover these. Okay.
Mhm.
Whoops. I'm not going to get in trouble. I don't want to get you in trouble.
You're good. No, you're good. I'm protecting whoever's in your phone. Like, I don't know if you have anybody's phone number in there.
No, I'm good. This is
Okay.
my attorney. Okay. He doesn't believe this guy exists. A couple of people
Okay.
don't. But I'm going to give you a hint. Maya, that guy named Billy Little from Maya. Remember Maya, that attorney
Yes,
that went to
Maya.
San Diego?
I actually wanted to just talk about that after. I don't want to forget because I want to make sure she's taken care of while your channel is down. Go ahead. Yes, I remember Maya. Mhm.
Okay. So there's a guy that was with her, i.e. out there, talking to Larry. So I'll just leave it at that. But we were, he's my guy. And folks will find out on the other side, not civilly. I don't have time for that. I'm still doing other things, right? And that other stuff. I'm more worried about the criminal aspect. When somebody crosses the line, okay, and we'll just see. Everybody will see how it will play out. Okay, if I'm not being sincere about that or truthful about it, well, then I guess I need to be off of YouTube completely.
I think
Okay.
your YouTube material, I don't see anything wrong with what you bring to the platform. I think you've done far more good than you could ever do bad. And I do not believe that you are ever somebody that would be out there intentionally trying to hurt people. That is not the character that I see come from you. And I want to know, Chris, because Maya is a huge part of what you come on YouTube to take care of. And I get a little choked up because I care so much about her family and all that you have done for them. If they ever need anything, you know that there's a whole community of people that will take care of them. And I know that they depend on you very heavily at times to get the word out for them when things are going on. And if you ever need somewhere to go, you have a place here for my sister and her husband if they ever need anything at all.
Yeah, well, I know they're going to appreciate hearing you say that, and at the same time, you're right. They need justice as well.
Yeah.
And you've got Jeannie.
Right.
She's now trying to figure out, okay, where do I go? I'm sure of it. I haven't talked to her yet today because I want to make sure we get everything situated before I go back up. And I guess I'm trying to learn some of the plays here that they put into motion. And I put some of it up on Twitter the other day because they made direct threats to me. And I don't understand that piece of the puzzle, right? I don't care if you don't like me. That's okay. Okay. But when people make direct threats, okay, now, okay, what does that mean, right? I mean, and why are you doing this? What? I don't even know you. Okay. I've never met these guys ever. I've never met, these other folks. None of them. Not a one. Okay. All I hear here is, the hate of, oh, we don't like this guy because, whatever, for whatever their reasoning is. Okay. And, they may have taken my channel down, but they didn't touch me. I'm still here. And, and people are going to call that, all the trolls are going to say he's narcissistic and all that other stuff. Okay, sure. Right. What they don't know, are a lot of things about me. Look up my music channel on Spotify, Chris McDonough. Now there's another guy that's playing with me, but I have like 3 albums out. I've
You
had them
do?
out for yeah, sure. Go look it
I
up
didn't
right
know
now.
that.
Yeah, do a Google search, Chris McDonough, do English Garden.
Okay, hold on. I'll drop it in the chat. How interesting.
Yeah. This is one side of me that nobody knows, because I don't go around bragging about it.
Right.
Like I keep getting accused of. Right? But you go to you can listen to my music on Spotify, it's on every platform out there.
What was the name you told me to look up something in the garden? What was it?
English Garden is one album.
English Garden. Okay. Let me see.
So, yeah, I'll wait.
Here it is. Here we go. I'll put it in the chat. You guys can listen to it if you want. Click on it. Go listen. We have a musician up here, and no one ever knew.
I've been playing guitar since 1972.
Nice.
And that's my outlet. Okay. So English Garden, and there's some other guy named Chris McDonough, but he's not me. That guy's not me. But we're kind of the algorithm connected us together for some reason. But my album is English Garden, and the other one is His Eyes. And His Eyes is a song I wrote about the Savior. And you see that everybody jumps to these crazy conclusions when they don't even know who I am, because I'm not out there jumping all over these things, right?
Right.
And because I don't have to. I came into this game not by choice, and we all know who brought me into it, and he's a dear friend. And as we all talk about it, that was not my intention. And then all of a sudden, everything. And if, by the way, if you really want to drive Benny and all these other people crazy, spend 99 cents on my music.
There you go. Everybody wants to know how to help you, so go join Chris's Spotify and jam out.
Just download some of my songs if you want. Hopefully you'll like them. I wrote a lot of them about my Karen. And
I'm gonna listen to every single one if that's the case, because I think you guys are the cutest thing ever.
Well,
I was just saying that in AB's Discord. Yeah. I said that you guys are adorable, and he doesn't like when people talk badly about Karen. He loves Karen. He's very protective of her, and I think that's beautiful.
Yeah, well, that's what sent this. I had to get serious on
I know
other platforms and say, look, I don't care what you say about me. I'm used to it. Okay. But do not say this about my son or my wife, because at that point,
yeah, it's your family.
Well, and right. And that's just kind of over the line. If you know,
it's a boundary.
Right. It's a boundary. And unfortunately, okay, this is just one of those things. It's like, okay. And, what do I do with this? Do I ignore them and they keep, ratcheting it up to the next progressive level? In my mind, no, that's not an option. Okay. And even if I'm taken off of YouTube and they did it, okay, I'll be fine. Trust me, we'll go to another platform. Everybody's going to see me. It's going to come up in the next week or so. Okay. Until this YouTube thing gets resolved. Okay. But I'm going to see everybody, real soon here. And if we have to rebuild it, that's not a problem. We'll rebuild it.
You'll rebuild. You'll do just fine. I have no doubt. Yeah. Chris, I should say on behalf of all of us to keep focusing on everything that you came here to do in the first place, because you're always telling us to stay the course. I said that to you this morning. Yep. And you need to do the same thing. These people can really throw you off base, right? And they can get you kind of distracted for a couple days, but you're going to bounce back. And Chris is going to play it cool and figure out what he's going to do. And wherever you go, we're going to come find you. So, and we're going to support you. And like I said, there's a great group of people over here who have a lot of respect for you and the other creators. I've become quite a family over quite some time now, especially surrounding soccer. And for you,
Well,
it's not gonna happen.
and you know, I appreciate you saying that, Tiffany. You're very kind. You're very kind, and everybody has been kind. I mean, all of our subscribers, just everybody, right? We're very, very grateful. Okay, and the what I'm hoping that if I am going to be, let's say, the martyr on this one for their perspective, from their perspective, right?
Mhm.
I'm the first one to go down. Okay, well, I'm not the martyr, number one. Okay, I'm just saying from their perspective. I'm the other thing I'm saying is, what about the real victims? You know, you have people claiming to be, you know, these other personalities, you know, victims advocates, et cetera. You know, we love everybody and all this other stuff. But I'm actually the guy working with the victims. Okay. They're working with the guy who's, you know, admitted to crimes. Okay? So, and they're the guys, so criminals took me down is the way I look at this. Okay? And that's okay for now. The sad part is, you know, now what, right? For them. Okay. I'm out of the picture for now.
Right.
Okay. Until I go live on Facebook tomorrow.
Mhm.
or
I'll
or
be
Monday.
there. Well, I'll be there when you do.
Right. And then everybody starts showing up over there, and I'm sure they're going to try to do something over there and so I'm just going to say, everybody, okay, we're going to walk carefully, so we're not going to give them any reason to attack me. Okay. So that's going to be, okay, but
Mhm.
and then from there, if we have to 100% shift out, you know, what we got going here, I'm not going to tip my hat. Okay, that ain't going to happen. But when it's all set up, organized, etc., then I'm going to vote. Okay, and you will know about it before, because I'll come on with all of my friends. Every, you know, hey, go from there. And the folks that don't, but you know, again, this is not about subscribers for me. It is about the victims who are suffering. I mean, what about Josephine, whose son or whose daughter was murdered, and they're looking for Raymond McLeod, the U.S. Marshals? And I had the marshal on, remember, a couple of nights ago. Okay, so what do we do for her now? The mother of this murdered daughter, and the U.S. Marshal Service, Francisco, remember, came on about a week or so ago, and
Yes.
he's looking for her. And the U.S. Marshals wanted to use the platform to start, you know, catching these guys, or at least pitching it on a social media platform. Okay, that's gone now. Okay? Right now. Okay? And I know that these guys are already prepared to attack my Twitter account, and that I won't be surprised if that goes down. Which, you know, okay, I don't like Twitter anyway, to be honest with you. Okay? So that will go away. But some of these other folks that are doing this, let's get them first. Okay? Let's get them off. Let's get them off of the platforms, and then we can all start, you know, fresh with, you know, let them stay here on YouTube or whatever, and then we kind of migrate. If I'm talking about my family, over to a place that can't touch us, right?
Right.
And
Well,
and then we'll
you
do.
keep your family safe. You know, you do. You do a good job of keeping your family safe. And nobody should be threatening you in any way or making your family feel unsafe. That's not, that's a breach of terms of service here. You don't do that. It's not all right.
Yeah, I mean, here's the MO. they claim that I've attacked them personally.
Right.
Okay. And they said, well, you know, he's cyberbullying, and that was their complaint, right? He's done this, he's done that. Well, I want to ask you a question. How do you attack an anonymous person? Number one.
It's impossible.
Okay. Who am I attacking?
Right.
Because I don't know who that person is yet. Okay. And we're going to get past that. Okay. And then we've got, okay, this other side of the coin is they've got all these sock accounts, these fake profiles, and you guys know more than anybody. You can set one up in about 10 seconds, 15 seconds. And then they start commenting to themselves about me as if I'm doing something, right? So one person puts up a note, you know, hey, did you see this guy? And next there's 5 or 6 guys and gals into it. So that's their MO, that's their play. Okay? So unfortunately, okay, we already got that figured out. And then they create these fake, you know, Twitter accounts, as an example, okay, and dox people left and right. Well, I just happen to start standing up to them.
Right.
And because they don't intimidate me. So I'll take this for the YouTube team. But what they underestimate, okay, is I don't go away. Okay. And they even predict it tonight, a couple of them. Oh, he's not going to go away. Okay. Well, you're right. I'm not. You've actually just inspired me. You really have. And unfortunately, it's just going to take me, you know, a little more time to get this situated. And the circumstances.
Truly, I said earlier, there's always when one door closes, one door always is going to open, and they're basically building. They're going to build you another platform, and you very well may get your channel back, and you'll grow on that platform, and you'll be able to stream to both or whatever you might plan to do. When people take people down, that's the way it goes. They basically build up another platform or another channel, whatever it might be, and they're doing you a favor because you're growing somewhere. You're gonna go grow somewhere else, right?
Yeah, and you know, like I've got people commenting about my health. You know, there's a change in her face, coloring. Remind your dog's life is only short. Enjoy everything. Okay. Well, I hate to break it to everybody, but I just had a physical, and I'm in the best health I've, you know, for my age than I've ever been. I'm even better. I'm more healthy than my 50s. I had not long ago, I had a cardio cath, right? And they said, because they thought I had a false positive on a treadmill. And they got in there, and the doctor looked at me and he goes, he said, dude, he said, you have the heart of a 20-year-old. And I said, yeah, I got good genes. My dad was very old. My mom died in 1984 from cancer, okay? But my grandmother was in her 90s. And so I've got good genes. I've still got another 30 years. Okay? So I'm not going anywhere, number one, health-wise. Okay? So I just love it when they, you know, try to bait you as if I'm sick. Okay, I'm not sick.
Well, they're trying to discredit you.
Well, fine. Yeah. And I will tell you one thing, though, as everybody knows, because we've shared it before, Karen's an ovarian cancer survivor. Okay? And she had a 10-centimeter mass. Yeah. So she's been.
Ovarian cancer is not something that women usually are able to overcome. And I lost my grandmother to ovarian cancer. And I remember you saying that about Karen. And it was a very long and hard battle. And there are so many women, it goes undetected for far too long. And usually women don't know until it's absolutely too late. It doesn't show up in your yearly exams. And I'm a huge supporter of the ovarian cancer research. And I always have been, always will be. So that's amazing. And God bless her, always.
Exactly. And so we live every life day to day. It's been 20 years now, and she had a 10-centimeter mass.
Wow.
and they caught it. They got it. But her OB is who caught it. And I'll give a shout out to Dr. Brody. We love you. Okay? And so this was in, California, and so now, we fast forward through stuff like this, and it's like, okay, but what's important? What's important is how we live our lives and how we treat people. Okay. And, some criminals get upset. That's what they do. That's their job. Okay. Career criminals, right? And English Garden is my music page. I'm even thinking about just doing a podcast, a straight podcast.
That would be great.
As well as, another platform. But, again, this is brand new today. We're going to give YouTube, hopefully they're going to come back and say, hey, by the way, you were fraudulently, taken down here. So do you realize he was streaming my live, and during the live told everybody to hit him. And then he woke up this morning and bragged about it. But
it's so bizarre.
Yeah, the problem is I downloaded it before he could take it down. Okay. That's number one. Both of them, by the way. And his trip to Plano. Okay. I got all that guy. I got all that. But you see, the other ones are fine. But the third one, okay, where he said he's going to take away my CCW. He's going to,
Yes, I heard that. He said he's going to get you where it hurts, and he's going to take your concealed carry. Yeah, wow.
He can't. I'm HR 218. Look that law. Okay. It's not connected to a state. It's connected to the federal government. So he has to go into the FBI and do that. Okay.
Oh my God. He'll probably write him. He'll probably write to him. He's that crazy.
Well, I hope he does, because by then, okay, everybody will be in IC3 on top of mine, and they'll go, oh, this is this guy. Okay. This is this guy, and others, a couple others. Okay. And you guys know they know who they are. Okay. Again, like I always say, it's not my first rodeo with my, alleged dentures. Okay. This is actually, it's actually interesting because
you handle it well. They always, people like to, there's always something people will use against you or throw at you, and people stick to it and they never forget it, and they'll say it forever. And it's like, it gets so old for you, and they think it's funny forever, and it gets so old so quick. Don't worry about what anybody says.
The sad part is they're taking innocent people down. They've been harassing people long before I got here. Okay. That needs to stop.
It all needs to stop.
This is a platform to help people. Okay. And unfortunately, true crime is dealing with criminals.
Right.
And when, so we as good people have to get back collectively together. Okay. And we've got to take the criminals on. And I started doing that because I think, they felt that, it's never been done before outside of, good people trying to, report them. Well, this is a different level. Now these people are going after the Cold Case Foundation. Every single email that's been sent by these people is cataloged. Okay? Every single web page, every single this or that they've tried to use is cataloged. Okay? And this is where you go, okay, where does this go, right? Where does this go? If they can do that, okay, and be that vengeful to other people, then, so be it. Then they need to reap the consequences. One of the things that is an old LE trick, you just let them run. You let them run. Okay. And then you act like you fell off a turnip truck, i.e. you're not watching it. And then they realize, oh, I got these guys. Okay. Well, at some point they realize they took the bait, right? As some people talk about the honeypot, right? And I put that out on purpose, knowing that they would fall into it and that they would continue to turn it on me. So either way, I win because what they say about it, I take screenshots of it. And what they do about it, I follow through with it, letting them say or do what they want to say. That's what they do.
You
And
can't change them anyway. They're going to say it anyway. I've always just kind of like accepted it, when I've had, little attacks here and there. It's never going to matter what you say or do. And that's why I very rarely will respond unless I need to clear something up or get something out there. They're not going to stop. They're never going to stop bringing up these rumors and lies. They spread a lot of false things around and it sticks. And there's nothing you can do. Just accept it and keep moving.
right. And you've watched me for whatever it's been. I don't
Since
pay attention
Suzanne,
to 'em.
a long time.
Right. I was like, yeah, okay, I know who that is. And I ignore them. And,
Mhm.
they just keep spouting hate. Okay. Well, now all of that's going to come to the surface. And they're going to be my first upload on my new platform. And I got to tell you, it probably won't be in totality Facebook yet because they still have some access controls. But it will be something that nobody can get to other than me. Right? And I've got some, research that I'm still doing to make sure that, they go away permanently. And so, I keep it above the waterline. I keep it above the waterline. And that's, for all we know, they're streaming this today. Okay. But, I don't hate the guy. I really don't. I have no guile
I think
against
it's
him.
important that he hears you say that. Maybe it's important that, I'm glad that you said that you don't hate him because there's a lot of people that they hate so hard and the person doesn't even hate them.
Yeah. I mean, what I just think there's some, other things going on. And I get that. Okay.
Mhm.
So we'll just let them do what they do. But unfortunately, they dig themselves into another channel or another place. And, I don't have any control over that. None. So let's talk about other good things. What do you think?
Let's do it. So, what do you, is there anything like, I just want to ask about Maya's family. Is there anything that they have said that they needed in the past couple days? Have you been in touch with them at all? Are they good? Is there anything anybody can do?
Yeah, they're doing fine. They're frustrated. Okay?
Right.
Not necessarily with the investigators because,
Mhm.
we help bridge that gap and I'm still in contact with everybody, weekly. Okay.
Okay.
And I just had a call with the lieutenant over there
Okay.
recently, and so they're frustrated. I think Mary Chris and Richard are frustrated because these other cases got so much attention,
I know.
and they just felt like, wow, where do we go from here? And when they see this tomorrow, I haven't talked to them today because I literally had a ton of emails. And guys, we love you guys, and thank you so much for all your support. We're just so grateful that you guys are hanging in there. Be akamai, as they say in Hawaii.
It's only day one. They're already having withdrawals, so you better hurry up. Everybody's freaking out. I've never seen anything like this. It's funny, actually. So just to see like the response, people adore you, and it kind of goes to show you when you're loved. People can't stand it. They really can't. And I've watched it happen to so many people. It's horrible. And it's almost like a nice guys finish last type thing. And like I said earlier, on my live earlier this morning, no good deed goes unpunished. But it's going to be a all right in the end, and everybody
Yeah.
needs to just relax and know that it's going to be fine. He's going to figure it out on YouTube. And if he can't, he will figure it out somewhere else, and it's going to be all right.
Exactly. And I will always come on to anybody's show. I mean, if anybody wants, to become on, to talk about anything or whatever until we get this
Mhm.
situated, okay, I'm here for you at all, anything. And we'll just keep talking about these victims, and I think, Richard, Mary, Chris, they're frustrated because they want something to happen. But I can assure you, everybody, okay, it's happening. Okay. It's moving in the right direction. What they, you got, was I wrong about Barry Morphew? Right. Everybody was like, that guy's nuts. He doesn't know what he's talking about, etc. Yet I just missed his arrest by 15 minutes.
I know. Can you
And
believe that?
right,
15
right.
minutes.
Yeah, he was down the street and I was at the other end headed his way when they already had him hooked up in the car.
I can't believe he's out walking among the living. That's crazy to me. I
Yeah,
cannot believe it.
Welcome to our day, right? I mean,
Mhm.
that's a big problem.
Terrifying.
Tomorrow night it's supposed to be TIR. Who is there? Somebody else already trying to take my channel name? Can they do that?
I mean, yeah, anybody could make the same channel name as you, but they're never going to be you. So I don't know what the point. They might get 200 subscribers or something, but it's a fake YouTube channel. So basically, I mean, what are they really going to do with it? I guess you just have to send the link to yourself and watch the channel. So you guys, there is no legitimate Chris McDonough, the Interview Room YouTube channel right now. So if you see one, it's not his. If he does have one, you'll know because it'll be confirmed by him. And everyone knows it's fake. You'll probably see fake stuff pop up.
And if they put my picture or the background, that's all copyrighted material that Dylan created.
Right.
So if you don't see my picture with my arms crossed, that photograph belongs to Dylan, and I'll sue you. Okay? I guarantee you of that tonight. I'll put it on record, okay, for copyright violation. So if you have it, my suggestion is I'll give you 24 hours to take it down. If I find it, okay, you're going to be sued. You'll hear from Billy Little, my attorney. And now you know his last name, whoever that guy is asking, right? You know who I'm talking about.
You better give him a call. Let him know. His phone will probably blow up. I think it's absolutely insanity that you have to even get your attorney involved. It's just that
he loves it. We were on the phone with Plano PD today for about an hour.
You must have some interesting conversations about all this.
Well, and because he absolutely loves it because basically, unfortunately, there's also a fraudulent aspect to this.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's more important. So we'll talk about that later.
Okay. Yeah. Keep that up.
We'll just let it take its course. The other thing is, let's talk about summer.
Okay? Yeah, let's talk about summer. And if my mods would please drop the link for summer, the Summer Wells Reward Fund. I want to make sure that people have that information in the chat tonight. Super important because there's been, I don't know if you've been watching, Chris, but there's been some more. The reward fund for summer is a little over 40 grand at the moment, although I'm not happy with that number at all. That was what was last reported, and it's back in the headlines. They've done some news releases about it, and it's growing a little bit. So that was nice to hear. What's going on your end with summer? Anything new developing maybe?
Right. So everybody knows that Jeannie Mary filed, allegations, and you've talked to them, so you know it too.
Right.
Okay. So you can verify it, right? Outside of me.
Yes.
Okay. So that said, the DA is making a decision on some moves. And so at some point, we'll see if people end up back in Utah. We'll see what happens. I don't know yet. So I'm not going to go there in totality, but I can tell you it's full auto. Okay. Now, why he decided to tell me about all of that is still up to him. It has nothing to do with me. I was polite, I was kind, I was considerate, and I was professional. Okay. And it's the same thing with some of these other cases with poor Mary, Chris, and Richard. They were frustrated. I met with them and Chula Vista PD. We sat in their office, in their conference room, and we fixed it. Okay. And they came out of there going, okay, we see what's happening. And of course, they're not going to give them all the details because that would compromise the investigation. But we put their relationship back together because they were frustrated. And to Chula Vista's credit, those guys stepped up and, they started working in hand with the family, which is, by the way, one of the things that is necessary in these high profile murders like this. You have to have communication full time, 24/7 if possible, but it never really is, right? It's just too overwhelming with the family, but you need to have a liaison. So they assigned a liaison to work with Mary, Chris, and Richard. And that's been ongoing. Okay? And this latest situation with, poor Gabby, overshadowed what they're going through simultaneously. Okay. And now as a backlash in their minds, it's why isn't Maya getting that kind of attention nationwide? So let's give them both nationwide attention, right? They
Absolutely.
both deserve, that type of attention. Summer deserves it. Maya deserves it. Gabby deserves it. And, Kelly Brennan, don't forget about Kelly Brennan. I keep telling everybody, I just haven't had the time. She's been in my on my list. I said 8 months ago, I'm going to focus on Suzanne. I'm going to focus on Maya. And then Summer came up, so I focused on her. And now Gabby came up with her. And I had Kelly is still in the pocket. And by the way, I've interviewed, which nobody knows, he does. I've interviewed Eddie, her boyfriend, 4 or 5 times. Okay. And we have a good rapport. We're talking. We've been talking, and we've been talking for over a year. Okay. And so that's some of the things I'm doing behind the scenes. Those are the kind of things that I don't go around saying, hey, this is what's happening until I get to a place where I feel comfortable to start talking about it. So, yeah, hit the subscribe button for Tiffany, by the way. All 85,000 of my subscribers hit AB.
Oh my God, I can't read my chat as it is. I said, I want my 2,000 subscriber channel back. I can't keep up with my own chat.
No, blow this channel up. You've been very honest in this whole thing. So is Doug. So is Josh. So is AB and others.
Oh yeah, you know what? Everybody offers something different, and it's really interesting because you'll watch everybody kind of hop from channel to channel at night. And the lab just put out a beautiful video, and I think it was called. Someone tell me what the title was. The Neverland. It was something about. Let me see. I want one of my mods, if you could drop it in there. It was beautiful, Chris. I'm going to send you the link. I want you to watch it.
Cool.
Josh, the lab, he did such a beautiful video for the children. And he's got really great talent. And I think he kind of popped up out of nowhere and he just blew up really. People really like his content. AB, I worked with AB from the Cash Gernon case. I mean, we've gone back quite a while now, and it's been really nice experience with everybody. There's great people, in this little sector over here. And we might not be liked by everybody, but I mean, I think we're all good, kind, caring people. We don't bother anybody, you know what I mean? And that's why I don't understand why anybody would try to hurt you. You're not hurting anybody. And I do think it's just a good versus evil. Unfortunately, it's just another bump in the road you got to get through, and we have to get through, and we'll all support each other through it like we would for anybody.
Exactly.
Chris.
Let me come right back from it. I'm having an audio problem, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
Can you hang on?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. And
Okay. That was funny. All right, let's see. Guys, keep other people's names out of my chat. For the most part, you've been all right. I don't know. I just saw something float by. I don't want my chat to be like a hate mob. I don't want that. Everybody knows what's going on. Yeah, thanks. Listen to Gigi. That's my girl right there. And whatever Gigi says, you have to follow by the rules. I'm gonna try to play Chris's song at the end too. We're gonna go to Hawaii. I heard someone said something about it in the stream, so I figured that would be cute. I guess I just ruined it. I'm so glad everybody showed up for Chris. You're welcome. Thank you, Dylan. And I'm sorry that all this is going on. You get to see what people do here online, and I'm sorry that you've worked so hard. People don't realize that so much of what is over there on your dad's channel is your work too, and never okay. We all support you.
Hang on, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Your screen is blurry.
So my Wi-Fi, I'm trying to get my Wi-Fi back up here for a second. So
Take your time.
I just found out Skeezy just made a page or a YouTube channel called The Interview Room, and he's just connected my email, info.theinterviewroom.com, back to me. So that is not me. So everybody get a chance, go over there and file a complaint right now.
Okay, can we don't want to drop the link because I don't want it to grow.
Well, first of all, he's using my email. So hang on, let me refresh my Wi-Fi. I'll come right back, okay?
Okay, go ahead. Do what you got to do.
Okay, let me step out here for a minute.
Take your time, Chris.
I
think what we'll do is drop that privately in the Discord because I don't want it in the I don't want it in the chat. I don't want people to subscribe to it. I would rather people know not to subscribe and report it than drop it in a public chat of 2,800 people so that they can. I don't want that many people subscribing to the channel, so we'll put that in the Discord. Hey.
So this is exactly what we're all going to witness. Okay, this is what these people have been doing. So this is fraudulent. He's connecting it to my personal email.
Okay.
info.theinterviewroom.com. That comes to my personal in basket. Okay. So again, I'm going to ask YouTube, because this is going to be up. When does this stop? For good people. That is not my page. And this guy is doxing me through that email. But he goes around telling everybody else I'm doxing him. When does it stop? Because this guy needs to be in jail. And I'm on a mission now, as of this morning, to see to that. And I just caught him just now. Okay. Actually, somebody else did for me and tagged it and sent it to me. And what this is what this guy doesn't understand. Okay. Here is the screenshot right there. Everybody see that?
Okay. Okay. So it has a picture of a butterfly, like a tie-dye butterfly.
And it says the interview room. So if you go in there, the linked email is my personal account. So what he's trying to do, okay, and everybody sees it. In fact, I'm going to go in here real fast. Okay. This channel is coming back. Description. That's what he just put. So hang on. Playlist, videos, home. He may have just pulled it down, but that's okay. We already got a screenshot of it.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it doesn't take more than a second, okay, to put this back up, to put it up in, and now he's saying it's me. Okay, guys, this is what we're talking about. If you've never seen a troll, a hacker work, you are witnessing it. Okay? As I'm on this channel for YouTube, this other channel for YouTube, this guy has set up, the same guy that walked into Plano PD today and tried to file a report on me saying I was terrorizing him and whatever. Okay. This is what this guy just did to my family. This is what this guy just did to my family. Okay. And guess what? It needs to stop. It needs to stop. Text me the, let me text this back. Send me the screenshot, please. So
send that to me later on, and I'll drop it in my Discord, and I'll have it reported for you. Okay, and I'll give it to AB, and AB will report it for you too.
Send it to the FBI at I3 for cyber stalking.
Okay, go ahead. My mods have that link.
I3C FBI cyber stalking.
Just gotta stop.
What he does is he changes the narrative and blames me. And that's his MO. So unfortunately, this is not my first rodeo, and I'm not going to play this anymore. Because
no, yeah, I think you're doing the right thing. I think is at a certain point it has to stop. And at what point do you allow it to continue before it's affecting your life? And you're doing the right thing. It needs to be reported, and you need to unfortunately report it. And sometimes you have worked and dedicated your whole career to the law. So if anybody knows how to handle situations, I think it would be you. I think you're doing the right thing. And don't anybody ever think that if somebody is stalking you on the internet, because that's a thing, that's really a thing, that you shouldn't report it or be afraid to report it. It needs to go on paper.
I'm not. So everybody see that email? Info
at
theinterviewroom.net.
Yep.
Okay. Now,
there you go.
This guy's amazing, and he's going to say, well, what he did is he just changed it from info.theinterview.net. I love this guy. Anyway, this is what he's been doing consistently. We'll let him keep playing his game. But what I need you guys, I need your support on, reporting this guy to Plano PD, because I already have a police report on file. And he needs to go to I3, the FBI, because we just witnessed this just now as a YouTube community. We just witnessed what this guy did. Okay? And he's not done. And he's going to put this up tomorrow, and we'll, laugh about it and all this other stuff.
Yeah, please don't subscribe to it, you guys. If you find it, don't subscribe to it. Make sure don't subscribe to it or grow that channel in any way.
Report it as fraudulent. I'm going to.
Yeah, I'll report it for you too. I'll report the. Everybody can take that and report that to YouTube. All you have to do is click on those three dots and report it straight to YouTube, and enough people will see it and take care of it. Yeah, they can. If it's a part of a harassment cyber stalking case, yeah, they can definitely trace it back to whoever made it. The internet laws are changing. It's serious.
Yeah, if you don't see my picture on that page, it's not mine. It's not mine. And there's also a Facebook page, a group that represented me. The only group I have on Facebook is not a group; it's a page. It's called the Interview Room. Okay, and that's where I'm going to be broadcasting from. Okay, and this is, if they're doing this, towards us, Karen, Dylan, and I, we've been through a lot of these things. But good people, other people. And by the way, there are 3 other channels I heard they're going to go after. One of them is Profiling Evil, and a couple others. I don't want to say their names right now. Okay, but they're going to go after Mike. He's next.
Oh my God.
Okay, so everybody needs to put him on notice because that's what they're going to go after next. Okay, they think he's a good guy, and Duty Ron, by the way. Okay, they think he's a good guy, until, like, they've been putting out there, one down, a few more to go. Okay, so if you're subscribed, go ahead.
Yeah, they've been threatening that for quite a while. I think they're talking about other people too. You know what? It takes a lot to take somebody down. I mean, I'm very surprised they were able to pull this off with you. Very surprised.
They did it on the live stream. That's how they did it. And he was streaming it to, at the same time. And what he did is he basically said, now. I don't remember. I don't know exactly what he said, but he had to say something that was a trigger. And everybody hit YouTube simultaneously with a complaint of bullying, harassing, and the standard line, right? Well, of course, that's what went down, and it went down. Okay. Now, what I'm going to try to do is get, at some point, hopefully, when all this, starts coming to a head, is get, the feds to go back and take a look of when that timing was. And if it was the same time as that live, then we got them. And everybody that participated, everybody, not a few people, okay? Everybody. If there were other channels involved or whatever, we got them. We own them. Okay? And that's just a matter, unfortunately, it's going to take some time. But IC3, who is the FBI, take this extremely, extremely, okay, sensitive, because this is really it's a federal crime to cyber attack somebody, and that's what this was. It was a cyber attack. The platform may be YouTube, okay, but they collectively conspired to take me down, and we have him saying today, I did it, and then he says we did it. Okay. Well, who's the we? Well, we're going to find out. And, we'll go back over to, Facebook for now. I will stream from Facebook. And this is the other side. I love this one. He goes into Plano PD today, complaining about me and showing his old booking photo, which is his public booking photo when he was booked in Michigan for crimes. Okay.
I didn't know who that was. I said it must be on my live earlier. I must have been totally out of it. I said, this must be his new case.
No, that was an old one, but I have others.
Yeah, it was funny. I didn't even notice.
Okay. But the cops already have that stuff, so we'll just let that take its course. And he can argue all day long. This is just, I'm not going to get preoccupied with
I don't want you to get too stressed out about it, because I really think that it's going to be fine. I think the YouTube channel is going to go right back up.
Go listen to my music.
I'm going to. I want to. I don't
get stressed over it very much. And I've been shot at 3 times. One of them in 1987 that involved a death. And so I've lost my son, who was 20 years old. My wife's had cancer. Okay. I mean, we just go down the list. I don't get stressed over these people. Trust me. Okay. I just, I just, I just look for new projects. And so now there are new projects. So at some point this will all come. Yeah. Wind. You know, I wrote that song, believe it or not, for the red dress campaign for the American Heart Association. Okay. You can listen to it. Type in Chris McDonough Wind. Okay. I wrote it, I sang it, and it was produced by a friend of mine in Nashville for that campaign. It was the red dress campaign for the American Heart Association. Now, I don't go around telling people about that because nobody's ever heard of it because
I'm so glad that you shared that, because I'm so into that kind of stuff. So I'm going to totally listen to your music, and I'm honored that you shared it over here with everybody, because now they're all going to go listen to it and they're going to enjoy it so much, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well,
I'm going to actually drop it right in the chat right now.
I hope it brings folks some peace internally. Music has always been good, you know, for me. I've always had that on the side, and you know, that's one of those things. So it's been very helpful for me. In fact, I sat outside for about an hour and played my guitar tonight, thinking, okay, what's my next move?
Did you? Nice. It's always therapeutic. Hey, so I don't know if you heard me. I'm gonna play your song at the end, the one that you play. Can we go to Hawaii?
Can you play Wind?
I said, can we go to Hawaii together if I play the song?
Oh, you love that song? Absolutely.
I do. Someone
It's
asked
beautiful.
about it, and someone asked about it in the chat, so I pulled it up. I asked Dylan in the chat what it was called, and he told me, so I pulled it up, and I said I'll play it at the end for everybody, so they could feel like they're over at your channel for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, and you can play Wind while I'm away. Wind.
Okay.
And when I come back, feel free. I don't care. You know,
all right.
I love it.
Well, you know what? Maybe me and AB will work on something. We'll put something out for you.
There you go.
Do you have anything else that you want to clear up before you go, Chris? Is there anything you want to say to anybody before we end things? Do you feel like you've said everything?
Well, you know, just stay the course, everybody. You know, it's just what it is right now. It's a blip in the road. And at some point, you know, we're going to be, a fake TRR channel is using send that to us if you could, so we can see that.
Send it all straight to him. Mm-hmm.
We can get that stopped in about 2 minutes.
If you guys come across something, send it straight to Chris, or put it, if you want, put it in my Discord and I'll get it to him, or DM it to me on Discord and I'll get it to him so that he can have it. I'll just text it right to his phone.
Yep. Thank you so much. And no, if just everybody hang on, you're going to see me go live on Facebook. I'll stream from there for right now. And like I told Tiffany, make sure you hit that subscribe button for really great, you know, YouTube content, folks. They're honest, they're upfront. They've been defending, you know, victims' rights as real YouTube advocates, not fake ones.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like AB, Doug, I mean, you know, Tiff and you know, Josh, I mean, the lab, and no thanks investigates, you know.
I saw you over there the other night. I was in the chat for a little bit. I saw you up on Doug's, and you guys seem to be having a lot of fun. It was nice.
Well, you know, and I love look, I'm not a big, you know, cussing guy. Okay. Yeah. Doug is, and I love him for that. You know, that's his style, that's his MO. Okay. And even Josh had to put his head down a couple of times. You know, he's funnier than all get out. Even AB is. I mean, AB is hysterical, right? And I mean, you know, it is what it is, and that's their style. And I love them for it. Okay, meaning I don't have any hate towards anybody. I try not to. And you know, I just don't like criminals. And you know, you get accused.
You were trained not to. You were trained not to like criminals. Of course, you're not gonna You're not going to jive
No.
with criminals. It's not how it goes, you know? I mean,
No,
most people
and
don't jive with criminals.
And I don't even dislike. Look, there's an old saying: hate the sin, love the sinner. Okay? I've always sat across anybody, and anybody that knows me through my career. You know, the irony of like the Crow case that people keep bringing up. Okay. And they're like, oh, this guy, put these kids in prison and all this other stuff. No, I didn't. Okay. I did not. Okay. In fact, not only was there summary judgments, but the fact is, I wasn't even there when a lot of the stuff that you guys see on TV and all this other stuff, that is Escondido Police Department. I got called for a CVSA, a computer voice stress analysis. Okay. And the rest is history, because there's a summary judgment. They made, folks made books out of it and all the, movies, all this other stuff. And all they ever play is parts of that movie. Okay. The Who Killed Stephanie Crow. Okay. But what everybody forgets, okay, I was cut from that case, i.e. the lawsuit, because the insurance company settled. I never settled. Okay. They settled for the city, and I had no choice but to be there. Okay. There was never a judgment against me. It was against the city because they represented us. Okay. And by the way, that's where the summary judgment comes in. They said, and just go read it for yourself. That's what I tell people. Read it for yourself. Okay. I did not wake up that day and say, you know what, today's I'm going to frame 3 boys. Okay. At all. Because when you do read it, you're going to see I was the detective that got Josh Treadway out of jail. Okay. Because I told him, I said, this machine's telling me you did not steal that knife. Why are you saying you did? And then guess what? I went home. Okay, after that, I was out, because if you look at the sequence, right after that, Brandon Wilson killed Matthew Checky in the bathroom.
I said it wrong earlier.
If you look at that, right, that's fine. Chechi's fine. It's Checky, but that's fine. Okay. Look at the dates between the Crow case and the Checky case. So on one case in police work, you're the devil. On the other case, you're an angel. Okay. And by the way, that year, 1998, I was also Officer of the Year for the department and the city, the entire city and the entire department. Okay. So whenever I've been living with that problem for 21 years. So I'm very used to that. And people, even a guy the other night put a thing on YouTube, throw me under the bus when he doesn't even know me. The guy doesn't even know me, nor did he read what the case was about. What he did is he went on YouTube and pulled down, the movie. Okay. But what he didn't tell you also is they arrested an innocent man by the name of Richard Tewitt, who was ultimately found not guilty. I was the guy, one of them, there were a couple of us, that said, don't do this. And I went to Paul Finks at the time, the DA. Can I say this? Are you okay with this?
Go right ahead.
Okay, sorry. I went to the DA, Paul Finks, who was running against a gal by the name of Bonnie DeMonis. And she was a juvenile court judge who wanted to run for DA. And she did. And she won. And the first case she took on, she says, I'm going to go and file on Tewitt, Richard Tewitt, and I'm going to, basically take this case on. So Paul Finks came to me after, I can't remember the exact sequence, but he said, Chris, he called me McDonough. He says, McDonough, he said, why are you not on board with this? And I said, Paul, I said, the biggest witness in the entire murder of this sweet 12-year-old little girl, you have the mother, the father, the grandmother, the brother, a dog, and the victim in a house that all the doors and windows are secured. They came up with a theory that he came through the garage, but it's never been confirmed because they have video of the entire crime scene with all the doors and windows locked. Right? And I asked him, I said, the biggest witness in this entire doggone case, unfortunately, has never been interviewed. And he looks at me, he says, okay. He said, who? I said, the dog. And he you know, he was like, seriously? He said, the dog. He said, and that's what he said about me. He says, you know, I have always loved the way you think. You know, my mind thinks in, you know, I connect dots pretty quickly. And I don't know why God gave me that gift, but it's been successful for 40 years. Just like I connected this one 30 seconds ago about this knucklehead on, you know, making up a fake channel. Okay.
Well,
so
at least you've got it. You've got it, and we can report it.
You have it's right there. It's in front of everybody, right?
Yeah.
Tonight. Thank you.
And is there also a fake Facebook? Because we had 2 links. One wasn't the correct one, and I think there was another Facebook that looked like it belonged to you. And there's a Twitter as well that is not yours, I believe.
I didn't know all this. See, this is news to me.
There's definitely a Twitter. I think it's got like 200 followers on it.
Okay. That's not me. Okay, I've got like 3,500. I've got like 3,500.
Right. Okay.
So the last piece of this puzzle, anyway, he goes to me, he says, okay, you know, help me. And I said, look, you've got all of these people. This guy is a schizophrenic, Richard Tewitt, who's, by the way, his mom or his sister lost her daughter, Brooke Tewitt, in my city. She was murdered. And so I said to him, I said, look, you know, and that was just pure coincidence, by the way. It wasn't my case. That murder case was not my case. It belonged to a buddy of one of my old partners named Mike Wood, who's deceased, unfortunately, through cancer. And I said to him, I said, Paul, think about it. Everybody in that family has dog hair on them. Everybody. And if you read the case facts, even that sweet little girl had dog hair in her hand, okay, because of transfer from blood and a couple things, but she had dog hair on her from her blankets in her room. Okay? And I asked him, I said, look, why does this guy who's a schizophrenic hiding in that house, I think that the estimation back in the day was 12 to 20 minutes. Why does he not have any dog hair on him with a wool sweater? Or why didn't the dog find him in the house? He's a total stranger who was acting irrational before he goes into that house. Show me why that is the case. And then I will say, okay, yeah, you got it. So what happens? Bonnie doesn't take him to trial. She turns it over to the AG, a guy named George Durgan, or Drewliner. Okay, they took him to trial, and I said, why are you doing this? And ask me if I've ever been put on the stand. Right? The answer is no. In Richard Tewitt's trial, right? I talked to Brad Patton, his defense attorney, but they ended up convicting this guy for a manslaughter on the 3 centimeters of blood that one of the criminalists testified that he could have transferred it to Tewitt's clothing. And so the appellate court looks at it and goes, manslaughter? This was a first-degree murder, lying in wait. Why didn't you convict him for second-degree murder or first-degree murder? The elements of manslaughter are not here. And they sent it back for a new trial. Not guilty. My phone went nuts. In the interim, the family filed a lawsuit against everybody and their mother, including me. in federal court. So the insurance company decided it was cheaper to settle than to fight them. It lasted 13 years. In that time, they took it to the court of a public opinion, just kind of like these guys are trying to do. And basically, they went and said, you know, these guys are horrible. But you'll notice in one of those videos, there was a news station, or actually it was a news channel. His name was the Rick Roberts Show. And they're right. I called in. And you'll hear me in that video say, well, what if he's innocent? I'm saying that. That's me trying to defend this innocent man that ultimately was found innocent. Okay. See, that gets lost in the noise of these boys. So I always ask people right up front, well, then who did it? Who did it? And you can read a great book by a doctor. Okay? It's called Who Killed Stephanie Crow? Okay? That's the name of the book. Okay? You should get a copy out of Amazon. He's a world-renowned juvenile criminalist. He's a professor. And he came to the same conclusion. Read the book, i.e. from his perspective, right? Paul Tracy is his name, Dr. Paul Tracy. He wrote a great book. And he called me one day. He says, hey, I put your name on the book. I said, Paul, why? Why did you do that? Because I didn't write the book. What I did is I provided him all the investigative reports, which I still have. I still have all the videos. And I was headed towards putting the video up of, you know, Josh to show everybody what really happened. Okay. Because, you know, for years I've just kind of left it alone. And all of a sudden, you know, these people put it all back up again, right? And why he's not apologizing for doxing. Okay, who do I need to apologize? Who did I dox? I don't mind apologizing.
It must be a missing person. It's a joke. Missing person came into the chat.
Who's the guy? Yep. What's his name? Tell me who he is.
Give us your real name, missing person. I actually didn't mean to highlight that, actually. I apologize, Chris.
That's okay. But who is the guy? Who is he?
We'll wait for his next comment. No, it's not a joke.
We'll let it ride. We'll let it ride because, you know, I'm not going to go there with those people. So we'll let them go. Okay. But at the same time, right?
Right.
And by the way, this is what people do. They're proving my point again. Okay. They're making fake, you know, Facebook pages about me today. Right. Of course they are. They come in, make the hit, and they leave. Okay. Then that's fine. But you notice they can't answer.
They're definitely not going to answer now because they just hit them. But I am putting the link for Who Killed Stephanie Crow by Paul Tracy in the chat so that everybody can grab it off Amazon if they want to read it. I know that there's been a lot of discussion about the Crow case, and maybe this is a great way to get eyes on Stephanie again. So there you go. There's always a positive to every situation.
Yeah, I mean, there is, but you know, it's like the gift that keeps on giving.
I know. It never ends.
Well, and that's fine. That was my point earlier, right? I've been living this, you know, 40 years and 20 of them with that one particular case. And we all, you know, we all know, everybody that was there knows. The DA in San Diego is Summer Stephan today. Okay. And she was the DA on that case. Okay? She got elected as the DA. Do you think she did or we did anything wrong that the community of San Diego elected her? Okay. What I find interesting is it all went away when Richard Tuitt was found not guilty. Okay. But the only thing left is that these folks went after law enforcement at the time, you know, and you know, that was it. And I'm not saying that, you know, mistakes weren't made. Okay. And for me, I wasn't there when they were being made, and the court made that clear. I came in again later for the CVSA. Okay. That's it. That's all I did. And then I left, went back to my agency, And I ended up pulling the case agent is in Matthew Checky's case. And that's a horrendous case. And, that's the case that started family restrooms in the United States.
Yes, the family restrooms. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because of Matthew. Okay? And they made Matthew's law. And that's when, they started companies, organizations, malls, that kind of stuff, started putting family restrooms out because of that little boy. Okay? I was the guy that investigated his murder. I was the guy that arrested his murderer. I was the guy that had it up on my channel of what that interview looked like with that guy. Okay? I did not wake up that day and try to frame anybody either. Okay? That's how I roll. And if you look at that interview and you look at the other one, then match them up. Look at them. Okay? And people that know me and have known me for years know how it is. Okay, know how it is. So, okay, they've got one today. No problem. Stay the course. Don't anybody panic. We're not going anywhere. We're going to keep moving forward in the right direction. But don't let them do this to other innocent people. You're looking and watching what's happening because I'm a retired PD guy. Okay? If they can do it over here, they'll do it anywhere. But the problem is,
They do.
They
do. They do it to others. You're not the first and you won't be the last. This is something that people orchestrate all the time against people that they don't like. You're doing something fantastic over there and they don't like it, Chris. They're intimidated by you. They don't have the light that you do, and that's why they don't understand you. I mean, I've never met you in person, but I will say, when I reached out to you for help, you did not even flinch. You said yes. And when I told you about Trish, you were right there to help. That's all I know. The second I asked you for help, you helped. And I will always be thankful for that because you helped not only Trish help her mom, you helped her mom, you helped her mom's sister, and then all of the women who have been glued to, you've got a very healing vibe about you. And if people only knew what you've done for Jeannie and for Mary, and that comes from them, that you've been a blessing in their life. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. You helped them. And when I went to Chris and asked him, he stepped right up. There was no question. And this is a lot about you as a person, because I know that if anybody else around here needed you, you would be there for them. And it's a damn shame that people treat you this way. It really is. That's just the truth. You're a good person.
I appreciate you. You saying that. My like you, my motivation and intent. When you did bring it to my attention, it's like, okay, who did this to her? And unfortunately, we found out, and the authorities now have that information. And did I do something wrong there? I guess for some, I did. Okay. I don't know what yet, but she's a real victim and survivor.
It didn't happen to them, and it's not their business, because if they're not the ones that were asking for help, it shouldn't matter. It wasn't their issue. It wasn't their problem. It was someone else's, and you helped the person that needed the help. So their opinion doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, right. And there are many other of us, many good people. And, I make mistakes. I'm human.
Everyone
I apologize
does.
if I need to apologize when I knew. Ask my wife. Okay. She's like, she just looks at me. I said, okay, I'm sorry. I messed up. Right. And it's, you women have that sixth sense, and that girl, it means everything to me. And when they started going after me, and And then they try turning the narrative on them as they're the victim. Okay. Come on. It's half of these people. I mean, there's people during the Morphew case. I've never even met them. Okay. I don't even know them. Okay. I just know that they started saying things about me, making up accounts about me. Okay. And then came after me, and said that I doxed them. Okay. Seriously, I don't have time for that, guys. Seriously, meaning the world. Please, if there's anything you hear from me, okay, come to me, ask me. Okay? Don't say I did it. Just come to me. I'm an open book. I've got nothing to hide about anything to anybody. I have my own mistakes. I have my own weaknesses. I have my own strengths, but I don't care about YouTubers, i.e., or tweeters or whatever they call themselves. Okay. I don't have time for that. I really don't. I'm more interested in Jeannie, Summer, Maya, and the list goes on. Okay. And that's what I care about. Okay. And all this other noise, like you keep talking about, Tiff, and up until this point, I wasn't paying, I was ignoring them, every single one of them, until somebody put on Twitter a threat. And you guys all saw it, Rocks and Rainbows. He put a whole thing up about me. What did I do? I've never even met the guy. I don't even know you. I know of you. Okay. I don't even know you. Okay.
It's wild.
And how did I get ISIS after people? Where did that come from?
Oh my God. Who said that?
Dude, I'm in an Airstream. Okay. And plus, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Seriously, I do not know what you're talking about. Okay? Now, I did find some things that I put up about, fake accounts, doxing capabilities, and I put all that up, and it just keeps on going. But everybody knows what you're doing. And just take a deep breath, step back. I don't want anything to do with you. I have no guile against you. Just stop. Okay. And had I done something to you, I would have said, hey, dude, I'm sorry. Okay. But I didn't. Okay. I didn't. And if you say that I did, I guess everybody believes you, and that's up to them. And that's up to your prerogative to say it. But, I wasn't doing that about you, and I'm not doing that about you. Okay. I'm putting up, if you see something that I put up, there's a paper trail on that, period. It's not a guessing game. There's a paper trail. Okay. And they get all these people on Twitter and all this other stuff, which, by the way, I don't Twitter. I'm gonna just kind of get rid of that stuff. And then they can talk
in touch, and then you can put out a message real quick, and it'll get out, and it'll reach who it needs to. It's a great place just to keep it open so that everybody knows what's going on. If you need to get a message out, you have a way to speak. What I can't stand the most is when your YouTube channel is down, you can't say what you need to say and reach the people that you want to reach. And especially in the case of Mara Chris, right? And her husband, when they are needing something, you're the first person to stand up and go live. And I thought about that this evening, and it really bothered me because I want to watch them and they sit up there with you. You can just see they need someone. So truly, it hurts me to know that these people who depend on you, and really, who's speaking out for Maya? Who is really on any platform speaking out for Maya? She has children in the custody of this psychopath.
Good point.
They don't know where she is still. And how many months has it been, Chris?
8
Maya
months.
has been gone 8 months.
Since January. Yep, January 16th. Right.
Wow.
And I can promise you, though,
Just upsetting.
When it all goes down, and everybody
they
calls
took
me,
their voice. That's disturbing to me. They took their voice in a sense. That's
correct.
very bothersome.
Right.
And they don't think
Exactly.
about this kind of, you know?
Well, and they and these are the advocates, right, for victims, right? They're
Right.
the advocates
Hmm.
for victims, which is sad. You're right. You're 100% sad. And they just took Jeannie's voice for now,
Yes, they did.
uh,
Hmm. But
and
Jeannie will always
Mary's,
have a
and
voice here, always, always. And I know the Unmasked will always support Jeannie and Mary. So if they need anything at all, they know where to go to. God forbid they need to speak or something's going on, they will always have help.
very,
We'll
very
always
true.
take care of them. But
Very true.
still,
And
it's the point. It's not the same, right? Like Mary feels comfortable with Unmasked. Jeannie feels comfortable with you. Trish
yep,
feels comfortable with me. Everybody has
yep.
their own little niche, you know? And right, it's coming from people who claim to be victims advocates. Chris, did you see what was put up out in Rogersville? Did you see the live that I did with the flyer that's going around with the fake reward for summer and the we can bring you hope tip line that was placed on flyers out there in Hawkins County? Did you see that?
Yeah, and again, that it's horrible. And this is where these folks are coming. They start setting up these fake GoFundMe pages and all this other stuff on behalf of the victim, and that's why I my mo is don't get involved in any of that personally. Let the family set it up. Know that it's legit. Look at Suzanne Morphew's case, her GoFundMe. Where
Yep.
is that money? Where is that money?
No one knows.
Andy donated it. He bought some equipment for, I think, one of the agencies or somebody. All that money is accounted for from Andy Mormon.
Okay,
And
you're talking about the GoFundMe that her brother, her brother had, right?
right, Andy, right.
Yes.
Okay. But if you look at the one the Morphew's family had, okay, it's gone.
They don't have any, no, and they never held any kind of statement out there, nothing to say where it
Right.
went, nothing.
And you saw his girlfriend just got arrested.
Yeah.
A couple of
For
days.
picking up that package off the, yep, I saw that.
Right. What was that? Right. What's that?
I'd love to know.
Let's hope it's not a weapon that he bought offline and put it
Oh
in
my
her
God.
name. That's my, when the judge said, you know what, when the DA said 10 million and the defense says 50,000 and the judge says, well, let's kind of break it in half. Okay. 500,000. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Let's do the math on that. Break it in half of 10. Okay. More than 50. Okay, and he comes up with 500. I thought he was going to settle at least on 3 to 5 million cash bail. Okay. But instead, he put this guy on an ankle bracelet, and he's got his girlfriend getting packages at his old address. The cops, the sheriffs get him and pick her up, hook her up, and charge her. Now, well, first of all, why did the judge even let him out? This guy is a danger to society. They bound him over for first-degree murder and tampering with a body. Well, wait a minute. Whose body? Oh yeah, it's Suzanne's. Okay, yeah, let's let this guy out of jail before trial. Oh, that's a real smart move, man. In my opinion, that's like a huge mistake. Okay, because if you're bound over for first-degree murder and you're out on the streets, and by the way, you've been charged with tampering with a body, and the court, the same judge that did it, okay, knows it. Well, folks, we got to get back to normal here as a society. When we start rewarding first degree murderers, that's just not appropriate, in my opinion. I mean, You know, it makes no sense, man. Makes no sense. So
It's really twisted, and things are getting stranger and stranger, weirder and weirder. I've noticed as every year passes, the world is going crazy.
it's interesting. It's interesting, and you know, all we can do as good people keep doing the right thing,
Got
right?
to
When they
stay
say, you know,
together.
yeah, and we just
Mhm.
keep moving. We don't look behind us, right? We just, you know, never live in the rearview mirror. Always look forward. This too shall
Keep going.
pass. So
Hmm.
there's an old saying. There's an old saying. Can I say it?
Sure. Go ahead. Don't need to
So
ask. Go ahead.
I used to share this with victims who are struggling, right, to get back on their feet and, you know, etc.
Hmm.
Okay, and the story goes like this: there was once an individual who came to the edge of a canyon, and when this person got to that canyon, they looked down the canyon to see how far they could see, but they couldn't see all the way. So this person said a prayer in their heart, and the prayer went something like this. And you apply it to your own life and your belief system, whether it's, you know, the universe or whatever faith you are. Okay, and the prayer was something to this effect: God, where do you want me to go? Okay, or the universe, whatever it is for you. And there's this being that showed up, this angel. It says, I have a message. And that message is continue into the canyon. Okay. And when you come to a very large boulder on both sides of the canyon, do one thing: okay, push the rock. And this person looked like, what? Why? And God said to him, you will see. And so this person goes down that canyon and comes to the rock halfway into the canyon. And he or she starts pushing. And they push. They push for a year. They push for months, days, and eventually they're exhausted. And they pause again and they say, dear God, help me. I'm exhausted. And in my faith, it's the Savior who appears to us, to this person, and says, let me see your arms. And so you hold them, you hold up your arms, and he looks at your bicep. He says, wow, let me see your back. And you turn around and you're chiseled. And he looks down and he says, do you see this divot in the rock here? And he responds, yes. He said, put your foot in it. And do you see that up there? Yes. He said, grab it. And next thing you know it, this person is at the top of the rock. And they look around and God appears to them again and says, well done, thy good and faithful servant. I asked you to push the rock. I did not ask you to move it. That is my job.
I love
Some,
that.
yep, sometimes we're asked to push rocks because there's evil and good, whether
Hmm.
it's the universe on schedule or if it's you know, a belief system with any religion. They're all good for each of us in our own way. Okay? And we have to realize that this battle of good and evil is a very real, deep battle. And when you talk about children being taken, women being victimized, um, old people being, you know, beaten, and put into, crazy things. And then we see what's happening now to other people in society that just don't agree with the ideas sometimes of another person. Well, we've already seen how that plays out from 1933 to 1939 to 1945. When we don't take evil on head on, I hope at some point in our individual lives, we don't look at a group of people that looked over their shoulder and said, that is not real smoke coming up out of that building. And 22 million people were taken out. When we get past feeling as people, but we pretend we feel, we pretend we love, okay? Well, that's what they did.
Mhm.
And so, you know what? We'll just keep moving. We're again, Tiffany, I can't thank you enough for allowing me to,
You're so
share some of my
welcome.
thoughts.
Anytime.
I think I'm going to go over to find Doug and Josh because I'm hearing they're up.
You are? Are you going to go over to the labs? I know they will you go to Hawaii with me first?
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Okay. So we're gonna hit the road and we'll do what Chris always does on his channel for everybody because everybody's waiting for it. And then they're gonna go over to the labs. You guys drop the labs link. He's gonna head over there and check it out because he loves spending time with the boys. So all right, let's I'm gonna play it. Ready? And we're gonna disappear.
Go.
Well, there we go, guys. Straight from the horse's mouth, what's happening. I'm nearly 100% sure that Tiffany's not going to mind that we stream that because their whole objective is to get the word out about what is going on directly from the horse's mouth. So if you just want to share it and get it out there, that is totally fine. And I'm sure they'll appreciate it. Hi, Libby. What a bloody another day, hey? It's, yeah. We do love Chris McDonough, Hood Ali, and welcome. I've seen you come in. I'm like a little super fan of yours. And that the point they're trying to really get across here, guys, is don't give them air. Like, don't even, don't even. Let's just keep supporting, sharing, loving the genuine channels that are here for the right reasons and just block out the noise virtually. And like we try to do that over here anyway. And try to forget about, but this, I've got a freaking migraine again. This is another level. And I've been saying for over 12 months in different chats that people need to not only virtually be careful, but for the creators that are in America on the same continent as this nutcase, like I would be having 500 security cameras around my house if Benny had it in for me. Let's put it like that. Because if you go back and see when he first started with Doug, and there's another channel, Nina Boy. Nina Boy sort of started him in YouTube, and then he went over to Doug's channel. And at first he was okay, like he wasn't his true self yet, right? But over the last 12 months, he has become more and more delusional, aggressive, angry, like the spontaneity of different things he does, and there's no other word for it than psychotic. Like, just be careful, everyone. I don't know, how can they go about getting a channel like Chris McDonough's? I just can't get my head around the fact that they are able to do this. Do they like pay people to mass flag? Like, how many? I'm going to do a heap of Googling when I get off here, because how many reports do you have classifies to be a mass flag? You know, there's so many things that I haven't learnt yet, but apparently AB is going to be doing some educational stuff on how to deal with these sort of situations for new channels. So I'm right there with that. But this guy, and I seen in chat, and I backed up, I can't remember, guys, who said it, but there was a live Benny did where he held up a gun bullet, and it was months and months and months ago, and he said this one has whoever it was' name on it. I reported, I know a heap of people reported it, but the guy still has a channel. And to me, that is insane. Even the videos over the last month that he is on there, and like he was doing it today, like an hour ago, he's on there gloating and threatening and, you know, taking ownership of what a great guy he is, because he has taken down Chris McDonough's channel. I'm sorry, but he's dangerous. Mark my words. He has been escalating for months, and his root core problem right now with Chris McDonough has got nothing to do with Don, guys. It has got everything to do with Doug Hutton from No Thanks, moving on. And he has built his channel like in leaps and bounds since he got rid of Benny. And Benny is jealous as. He's like the bitchy little ex-girlfriend who is coming for Doug, okay? So anyone who supports Doug, that's what it's all about in Skeezy's brain. It's not about the whole Don Wells thing, I can tell you now. Don might be feeding him because Don's more streetwise than Benny, and Benny just thinks he knows it all. But Don will be feeding Skeez, and it's like loading a gun, and Skeezy's going to fire the bullets. So who's manipulating who here? Yeah, exactly. True crime with Libby. What a sweet way to put it. Poor little Nellie Olsen, didn't she? Oh my God, I needed that, Libby. Oh dear Lord. Yeah, and I'm also a bit worried for Tiffany Marie. She's like a sitting duck right now, guys. And that's scary to me. Yeah, it is a criminal threat. And I know like a ton of people reported that video, but never went down. He's still up there doing his thing. So, Nellie Olsen. If there's anyone out there that does the graphic stuff, can someone please do a Photoshop of Skeezy's head on Nellie Olsen's image? Stephanie, I just mean that she's so... I would do the same thing she's done, don't worry. I would have Chris McDonough... I do have Chris McDonough's back, but I'm in a different country and have less to fear physically. You know, these scumbags go real life. This is what I'm trying to say. I would, and from what I know of Tiffany, I know we don't all know each other like face to face. And she doesn't say a lot about her private life, but I don't think she has a partner and she lives alone or with her son. And I just, when is it going to stop? It has to come, there has to be some way of making this stop. You need to claim the right to that, because that was gold. Nellie Olson. Oh, she was a little witch, wasn't she? The thing is, though, Nellie Olson, although she went around things in her own little deviant manner, she had class. Got to give her that. Benny has no class. He is trash. Anyway, we're going to shut up about him and let's just love on Chris and Karen and Dylan and all the great work they do. We need to concentrate on that side of things. As Chris said, he'll be back. I am going to have a look for the Facebook thing, his new page. And that's the way we go forward. Benny is one, probably had connections. And this, just while you're in everyone's chats, guys, just be mindful of his other little puppet, Aussie Insider, because she is big time bad news as well. And yeah, I did forget about Jay for Justice. Apparently she's gloating as well that she's been involved in the takedown. Who are these people? They're not thinking about Summer or Maya Maletti's family or anybody. Gabby Petito, how many cases does Chris assist with and how many cases is he still working on? Like, I know it's not going to stop him from his work, but it just pisses me off that bad people always seem to, like, they've got nothing to lose at the end of the day. Like, we see it in our local community. Going to court to them, to that kind of slime ball filth, is like a social occasion for them once a month. You know, that they don't care. They really do not care what happens. But decent people have a conscience. These slime bags don't have consciences. Anyway, I better get off here. It's been nearly 4 bloody hours, guys. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, they are acting like victims, Huda Ali. It's disturbing beyond belief. It really is. Like, it just makes you feel sick. They don't think about Summer. Donald doesn't even think about Summer. Or Candace. Or Grandis. Or the shares. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Josie. Anyone who's new, if you could please like and subscribe and share for Chris and the cause. No, you're fine, Shannon, don't worry. All good. I know everyone has lives and we have good lives. And you've got to live your life as well. And like we talked about this earlier, Shannon, when it's morning time, everyone's going out their front doors and they're going to walk around the block. and shake off some sillies and get some fresh air and get some hormones working around your body and feel refreshed when you come back. I'm going to do it in an hour or so after I have something to eat, and I'm going to take a photo. And anyone who's struggling with anything, remember we are here to support each other. So feel free to pop over to the Facebook page, even if you're just on the feed, even not even an inbox. If you're fine with reaching out any way you can, Instagram, Facebook, please reach out. If you need a chat or a bit of a loving or anything, like that's what this channel is about. And we're going to keep it that way. But you do have to address this sort of shit as well. There is a good documentary about the cult of hate infecting America. It's on YouTube and called something like When My Dad Was Brainwashed. Oh, okay. I like thought-provoking shows like that. Thank you, Stephanie. Guess what? I forgot to tell you. It is Australia's Rugby League grand final night tonight. So it's like a big day in Australia for the East Coast mostly. And the two teams that are playing, if there's any Aussies in here, is Souths and Penrith. And it's a big celebration and stuff. It's an all Sydney grand final, which hasn't happened for ages. So that's a bit exciting. Not that I really give two shits because I'm not into the football, but hubby, I'm not joking. He watches every game of each round every single week. Then he watches every talkback show that talk about every game every week. And there's about 16 of them. So you can see why I do other things. And like, that's his thing. I love it that he has interests, but I just can't sit and do it. I can't watch game after game after game. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. I will schedule for the same time tomorrow, and I love you all. Thank you all for coming in. Remember, you are worth it. Yes, Mr. Ron. Oh, he doesn't want a bar of coming in and talking to anyone until he has a couple of beers. Then he's like, let me have a chat. Okay, I've got to go. But I will see you all tomorrow. Good night, guys.